Okay, let's go ahead and head down to Red and get them briefed in.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh,
hey, hello everyone. Okay, do you have your order of battle?
we have. Marshall,
Sure.
do you have the map as a PNG file?
I don't remember. I don't know. Felix worked this copy of the map up for me.
Okay.
Okay, we'll worry about it in a bit. Is there a problem with the usability? Are we able to use it?
Just
No,
one
it's
of our
someone
players
doesn't
don't
have
have the.
tabletop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to.
I didn't hear that because everyone talked at once.
I don't have tabletop simulator.
Ah, okay. Yes, let me see here. Let
Education.
me post in your channel what I think is a copy of the map in some other form. Let me see if I have it. I think this is it. So in your text channel, I've posted a copy of the map. And I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, and Jan just sent it to you as well. So
Yeah,
see if that works for you, okay? All right.
yeah. we do.
Okay. And okay, so if you folks look in the northwest corner of the map, there is the name of a village, and I don't know what the name of the village is, really. There's obviously an embankment, so there's an
Mm,
elevation change there or something. Um,
Mm.
but it's MHT colon KILH or whatever. Do you
Should
see
call
that?
it Mount Kith.
Mount Kith? Maybe that's what it is. Okay, you will be entering in right there. You will need to decide what your order of march will be and how you want to enter. Now, you can enter in a long column if you wish. You can also move perhaps in parallel columns across country if you wish. Much of this terrain is open, although not all of it, but it's fairly open so that if you want to march across country, it will be allowed. You will not move the full allowance of 4 tiles per turn. You will move less than that because of the terrain, but you'll probably be moving less than that just because of the roads being so small anyway. So it's up to you exactly where you wish to enter. Amelia and Tan will be your umpires. They will be working with you directly, and so you will be giving your orders to them. Okay? For right now, channel everything through Amelia until Tan is ready, and there you have it.
is it
So
a custom search and destroy mission?
yes, you are ordered to locate and destroy these forces of the Southern Duchy. Allegedly, the troops are only armed with pikes and swords, whereas you guys have muskets, so it is
Bad.
expected that you will make quick work of them.
Okay.
Very thoroughly.
And do the brigades work as usual?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, there's no
No.
other.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
No,
the
nothing. Nothing. It's not important. I don't give a fuck.
okay, and you can ask Jan any questions that you have, and just remember we are live streaming this battle. So here we go. Okay, good luck,
Good.
guys. All
Thanks.
right, I'm gonna go to blue.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm.
hello everyone.
Hello,
Okay.
Marshall.
Oh, hang on here.
Uh,
I have to modify permissions for the other umpire for Amelia. Let's see here. Where is? Or no, it's not Amelia. It's yeah, it is. Okay. Let's roles. Yeah, we'll give her moderator. There we go. Okay, done. Okay. Um, the Vermillion Republic is after you. They are hunting you. They believe wrongly that you are armed just with pikes and swords. That you folks are a backwards army incapable of doing much. You will, of course, will be shocking them. You will be entering the map in the upper right corner, which is the northeast corner of the map. And you'll be coming in on... Where is the road?
I see. There's one just north of Heiengraven, and looks like there's another one at Mlitkil.
Grosslaren.
Whoops, right corner you said, right?
Yeah, just south of Grosslaren, there's a road that goes off the map. You'll be entering there. So your 2 cavalry blocks will begin on the map at that location. I'll share my screen to illustrate. And you should be able to see my screen now.
Yep.
Do you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So there you have it. This is where you will be entering the map. Now you can move across this map any way you want. You can move in columns across country if you choose. You can move along the roads. Just understand that you're probably not going to get full movement allowance even on the roads because everything is so small, so underdeveloped. You're in a very rural area. Okay?
Okay, so I have the red, very dark red, black pieces. Peter's got 1 company, and Hollow has 2 company.
I don't know how you're dividing that up or who's in command, but the gold
Yeah.
division is your commander in chief.
Right, so I'm gonna be gold. Peter is 1 company. Hollow is 2 company.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect.
And do we have an idea of where the enemy are coming from? Do we have any kind of?
No,
What's our job?
Are they pursuing us, or are it's a movement to contact?
it's a movement to contact. Your job is to destroy them when you encounter them. So
Okay,
they
do
are
we have any?
they are coming from the opposite edge of the map somewhere, but you don't know exactly where. So that's what you're being told. But again, you're going to have to scout. You're going to have to find, fix, and destroy the enemy. That's your mission. Okay?
Sounds good, Marshal.
All right. Yeah, you guys will be fine. All right. Good luck.
Alrighty.
Okay. Let's see here. All right, Tand. Amelia will be here in a second when she figures out that we've moved, and then we're gonna get going. So I'm gonna go down to red and tell them they just have a few minutes to give me their orders, and then I'll be right back. I just gotta pop down there and let them know. Okay. Why is it that? Okay, there we are.
So what about these
Okay.
woods? There are woods again.
Gentlemen, how much time do you need before you're ready to give your first orders?
Let's call it
5.
5. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be back in 5 minutes. You got it. Okay, thanks.
So double column.
North.
Okay,
They could come from in. So northwest.
Marshal's
Or
here.
Peter's.
Yeah.
Burg.
first orders in 5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
All right, there we have it. We'll get their orders in 5 minutes. So, and we'll just get started. We'll get rocking and rolling here. So, any questions for me? You guys got it?
Nope.
Okay. All right, should be fun. These are small divisions, so I mean they're brigades, in fact. So it'll be it won't be very hard to run this. It'll be very manageable.
Yeah, I'm not too worried.
Yeah. Well, you've been umpiring a bit. In fact, I think have you run a game or two now?
Not yet. I have one I want to run, but I couldn't get players this week, so I'm gonna try again tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Alrighty.
I've been helping John out with a lot of his games.
Good.
Like I did Open Saturday with him and Felix and Chrono a couple weeks ago.
Wonderful. All right, we do have one of the players on the red team who I guess doesn't have tabletop, so we've given them a copy of the map. I think it should be satisfactory. I'm going to open it here on my computer. It should be. Yeah, it will be. It's a JPEG is what I sent them, and they can use GIMP or Paint even or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So we are live streaming this, and I do want to say hello to everyone. Hello to Achilles on the live stream, just so everyone knows. This is a red and blue kind of I don't know, a prelude battle to the big red and blue campaign that we have going on. This is actually happening like 60, 70 years prior. It's very basic. So it's not real fancy. You don't have light infantry. You don't even have any cavalry here except for some couple of cavalry scout blocks. The artillery are only 2 guns in each battery. It's, again, quite a basic scenario. But the simplicity is just to kind of make it so that it runs quickly and smoothly. The players have about 2 more minutes before we're going to require them to turn in their orders. And so that the folks at home know, we have forces coming in on each corner of the map. We have the red forces coming in here, and we have the Southern Duchy, or blue forces, if you will, coming in here. And they are supposed to find each other and destroy each other. So we will see what happens, and I think they'll manage it. Obviously, the Southern Duchy forces are somewhat outnumbered. However, these forces are much better in terms of quality. So, the Southern Duchy forces, in fact, their elite troops will throw 2 elite dice instead of just 1. So, should be pretty interesting to see what happens in today's battle. Will the force of numbers outweigh the elite troops? Will the 2 sides manage their forces effectively? Will they find each other? Lots of interesting problems to see what's going to happen. All right, they've got 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, and I think that's time. Okay, so Amelia and let's see here. Oh gosh, I'm on all these other screens. Amelia and Tand, go ahead and go down to 1 and get their orders, please. Tand, follow Amelia. Just wherever Amelia goes, just follow.
Sure.
Okay, and I'm gonna go get the orders for blue.
Back.
Okay.
Off.
All right, gentlemen, it is time for your orders. What do you want to do? What's your order of march onto the map? How do you want to get there?
Hollow, where are you headed again?
I am ultimately headed to Groza. So I should.
It's a case of,
I
I would
think
say
I
it's
should
a case
be
of
the
who do you
second
want
to
to
head
get
in
into contact.
from
From
us two, because I think I have a slightly shorter way there.
Yep. So let's put, I guess, second company up front then.
Okay, so second company, where's second company going to enter the map?
The place you told us they were gonna enter.
Okay, perfect. All right.
We don't have a choice, do we?
You do. You could come in parallel columns or something. You could come in the vicinity. I don't mind that.
Well, yeah, then you should definitely with your company coming in from just east of Holza, that would be pretty nice. But yeah, I'll be coming in Gross Lane, just south of that. There's the road coming in from the east. I'll be coming in from there.
Okay, so I have here. I'll share my screen, and then that way you guys can correct me if something is a little off. But this is what I have right now. Okay, I have second company coming in on the road that I first indicated, behind this cavalry scouts. Is that correct?
That is correct. Can I place my artillery just immediately after the first battalion?
Yes, you may, and I think that's a great choice. Okay. All right.
Hey,
Gold.
so
Oh, go for it, Peter.
Behind the first infantry battalion. I don't want the artillery to be at the very front line. Hold on, I can share my screen to show you how exactly I'm looking.
You want them in? You want them second in the order of march? How do you want? Where do you want your two guns to go in the order of march?
Hold on, I'll share my screen.
Okay.
So Marshall,
Yes.
is this the only road that we're coming on, or
No, you can. I'll let you come in the vicinity if you want.
okay? Because I want to go to Amholzer, which is just south of that area. So is there a road? I don't really see a road, but could it be possible I come onto the map on the south side of the river? Would that be permissible?
Yes, I'll allow that. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna let me. Okay, so I have Halloween's disposition. Let me go back to streaming my screen. Okay. And so you want to come in south of this little creek there, right? This little river.
Hold on, I'm just trying to look at your screen here. Oh, that's Chrono there. So so I want to come in. See the gap between the two forests there? I wanted to come in between those, so I wander through there basically. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course. That's fine. I'll allow it. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Okay.
And I'll have my artillery at the front as well.
Smart. Of course, I don't have the other side for it built into these blocks, but oh well.
Can we split up our brigade here? Because we all only have an individual brigade, or
Not too much, a little bit, but you're not. Yeah, you can't like send them off on their own little.
yeah, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
Okay.
so
gold division.
we are going to. Let me see. We're going to enter north of Peter's troops, sort of parallel to the creek. And our line of march is going to take us north of that forest, through Schackhof, then Liederhof, and then to Anderleike.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go back to Halloween's screen, and Halloween, you had the well, you had arrows showing what you wanted. Are you guys familiar with? Okay. So let's see
Yeah, I'll
here. Perfect.
quickly run it again.
Let me. Okay, and so that's to right.
And roughly on that road.
Okay. Alright, I see it here like this, more or less. Alright, boy, that's an ugly line I drew. That's because I tried to follow the road, but
Yeah, but roughly that. Yeah.
yeah, let me make it a little transparent there. There we are. Okay, yeah, so you'll be going here, and then I know Peter wants to go here. And where's your destination, Peter? Do you have one in mind?
Fischerbeck, I believe.
Yes, I do. Yeah. It is Fishernet or Fisherette.
Oh gosh, where is that?
To the east of your current, where the end of your line is right now. It's just south of that little forest right there.
Right
You
here?
got Amholzer, and then to the west of that there's Lederhof, and then below Lederhof there's Fischerette.
It's basically the second town from the east coming in.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the center of the map. And you're coming in. Yeah, okay. All right, and then the gold division. What's your destination?
I'm trying to get to Andalaika and then around that forest to learn right down there.
Perfect. Okay, I got it. All right. All right, I've got your movements. Okay, perfect.
Thanks, Mark.
All right. Oops, sorry, I left the channel when I didn't intend to. Okay, are we good?
I think so.
Perfect. All right, good luck, gentlemen.
What?
The northwest, aren't we?
Okay.
That's
All right, so I see that everybody has the orders written up. It looks like red's moving in two columns in tandem. So you have one brigade behind the other on the same road, correct?
correct.
Okay, let's start moving them then. So let's take this 7th division, right? One, two. Let's just move them two, and move them one, two. So move them two to start. I'll move mine a couple. One, two, one, two. I'm gonna move these guys one, two, three. You know, I don't have a flip side for them either. What a loser. I made these pieces much too quickly. Here we are. And there we have that. Okay, and then we'll go another two. Two. Okay, so they're going to move through the woods, huh? Alright. Is there a road there? A little trail? Yeah, there is. I'm going to assume there is. One, two. Alright. We'll do that. So I'm just going to move the heads of the columns, and then you guys can move the pieces as needed.
Okay.
One, two. And I'll move my yellow guys here, of course. One, two. And we're just going to move to contact. We're not going to let them give orders every so many minutes. Okay, here they are crossing through the woods, so I've got to penalize that. So we'll let them through. We'll say there's a trail or something, but they're going to be slowed down by that. Okay. Alright, so that's 2 turns in. Where's my little... 1, 2... Okay, we'll be doing 6:45 turn. These are 15-minute increments now, which is different from what we typically use, but I think it kind of works. Did I? Okay. All right, 1, and he'll get here. Yeah, they're kind of... Okay, so I have blue arriving at Fisherek, and so I'll need an order from him. So I need to go down and get an order from him where he wants to go next. I'll be right back. Okay, let's see here. Peter, I have you arrived at Fisherek or whatever. Where did you want to go after that?
Oh, I've arrived at Fisherek. Okay.
Yeah, we're just running it until there's something to act on. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to hold here until I know Chrono and Halloween have reached their destinations.
Okay, so I'm gonna hold you at Fisherek until...
Yeah.
Let's see here. 2. Alright, I'll park your column for you. I'm going to charge you for the valet service. Here we are. Okay, perfect. All right, so I have you at Fisherack, more or less. So I'm going to share my screen just so you guys kind of see where you're at right now. The time I think is 6:45 or so, more or less. Don't worry about the exact orientation of the column. Where you see your commander avatar is where you are at the head of your columns.
That
Okay.
works for me.
Looks good.
Okay. Looks good. All right. Perfect.
And you got my
Oh,
orders about the cavalry, right?
And I got what?
You got my message about the cavalry, right?
No, I did not. What was it?
It's in my text channel.
Oh, you're gonna make me go read.
Oh, yes.
I hope you're,
Heinbach. Okay, Heinbach.
I hope we're literate.
Heck
Oh,
no.
Marshall.
I'm American.
It's so much easier to just tell. Like commanding via text is just so much more cumbersome.
Right. Let
Marshall,
me. Go ahead.
Once my guys have positioned at Fisher which they are now, I'm just going to move through this little forest line to my south to one of these buildings and just see what I can see to the south of me.
Okay, so
And that's just me on my own with my little retinue.
Okay, so you yourself with your staff, you want to move south. Where exactly?
To Osterruft Hofstad.
Okay.
You asked me to
Yep.
say where it was.
I got it. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you'll be there. Now I have to warn you, it's surrounded by woods. I don't think you're going to see anything. Are you sure that's where you want to go?
Well, I want to be on the other side, just to see if I can see something coming directly south of me or that kind of thing.
Okay.
Or across the river.
Okay.
Just, yeah.
All right.
Get
No
into
problem.
a position where I believe I can see across the river and down south a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, you want to look south. Okay, no problem. All right, you got it. Thanks.
Thanks.
All right. Let me go back to my umpire channel. Okay. And my umpires are in with red. So when they get back, we will do an update. It's going to be 7 o'clock. And I will check the YouTube. I do not see any questions or comments, which is fine, but if anyone has them, feel free to add them to the YouTube. Also, if you are watching the stream in the future, after this battle is over and the live stream is ended, you can still post questions or commentary, and we'll do our best to answer them. Well, I'll hop on there myself and try to get you a response. Oh, and here's Eli.
Wow.
Hey,
Yo, what's up?
hey, Eli, can you play?
Nah, man, I've got some hangout time to do today, trying to get out of the house.
No, I understand. I got to do the same myself this afternoon. I need to get out. But Southern Duchy action, bro.
Hey, that's what's up.
Yep, here it is. They are on the map. All right. Well, hey, I'm live streaming it, so it'll be up in YouTube. You'll be able to catch it later as well.
Oh, nice. Yeah, get 'em, boys.
All right. All right. Have a good one, Eli. You're welcome to hang out, of course. All you want. No problem.
Yeah, I'll be chilling out for a little while. I'll just be doing some reading and paying attention a little bit.
Perfect. Okay. You guys, what's really remarkable about Eli is a Marine, and he can read. So it's pretty remarkable.
Oh,
Very impressive. Very impressive. Very...
Oh, if this wasn't a stream, I'd had some choice words for that one.
Well, you know, my brother's a Marine, so I feel qualified to pass a little bit of judgment. So.
Makes you half human.
All right, man. You got it. Okay. All right, we're going to continue. Do I have my umpires? I do. Hey, guys, we're going to go ahead and do another turn. And I've got cavalry, and I'm okay. So I just moved. We're going to go one more turn. So they're there, and no, the woods block line of sight. Woods definitely block line of sight there. Okay. All right, so I will move everybody another couple spaces. Okay, and we will be getting pretty close to the point where we're going to have to lay out the blocks the right way. We're going to make him go around the woods just because. All right, whatever. And he'll be reaching here, so I have to give him a report. Okay, I have to give Blue a report. I'll be right back. It'll only take a second.
Quite happy it's no longer raining.
Okay, Peter.
Can we split up?
Yeah, you sure can. Yep, perfect.
You want me to split up now?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Off we go. Cool.
Okay, Peter.
Yes.
You find a farm building, and it happens to be 2 stories. You're able to get up to the second floor, and it miraculously has windows that look to the south and to the east. However, you see no evidence of any activity in either of those directions other than just normal everyday folks going about their daily labors. So nothing
Okay.
nothing of note. Nothing of note. What do you wish to do now?
I think I'm still going to stay here, just for the moment. I keep my forces in the same place. I'll hold my position for
All right.
this.
All right. Some of your more intrepid staff officers will begin foraging for something to eat. Okay.
Thank you, Marshal.
Thank you. Okay, so our little mercenary commander of the first company is going to stay where he is for the time. And now we're going to go ahead and move another turn. Where's our little... I need to move this up here. And we'll go to the 7:15 turn. And let's see here. So, the cavalry arrive here, but I don't have orders for them after they arrive. So we're going to assume they're going to... Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put them out. They're going to more or less just kind of overwatch the area. They're going to look around. This unit 1, 2 is going to kind of move there. Their line of sight is completely blocked. Man, I thought for sure they would see something. Okay. Okay, and we'll move them here. And we'll move him here like that. Okay. And I don't know if we want Peter to lose track of time or if I want to give him another chance. Let me see. Let's go down. Okay, Peter. One of your men did battle with the goose, but he escaped with his life. Another man has found a couple of chicken eggs and would like to know if you should like him to fry them for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a promotion right there.
All right. He will fry the eggs. Meanwhile, the clock continues to tick. Okay, you got it. Okay.
How much time has talk?
15 minutes.
Okay. So in that time, I mean, how long did it take? How long do I surmise it would take my allies to reach their general locations? Would I surmise that they've already got to those locations now?
It is possible, or within the next half hour, if not.
Okay.
Okay.
In that case, I will still hold this position and probably have those eggs fried and eat them.
Okay, you got it. All right. Okay, so I have one guy eating breakfast, and the other two are going to be arriving at their position very shortly. So let's see here. We're going to go ahead and move another turn. 8th Division and
I actually need to get a report. I need to get a decision from 8th Division because that's where my orders to them end is
yeah,
south
exactly.
of
That
Bergen.
yeah, that's what I've run into, and I'm running into it here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just move them up to their decision points here, more or less. I will go get orders from all of them. So, okay, perfect. So this will be a little bit of a longer turn while we collect orders from everyone. It'll be 7:30.
Sorry, what you say? I was about to ask what time is it?
It's 7:30.
Okay, I
Okay.
will go inform folks and get more information.
Okay. Okay, Chrono, you are commanding Gold Division, right?
I am.
Okay, you are about to arrive at Lairn. You have not yet reached it, but you'll reach there in about 5 or 10 minutes. You see to your northwest, actually, to your northwest, the second company, the mercenary company, is there. You know that the first mercenary company is somewhere to your south and behind you. So, again, nothing visible, no reports as of yet. You do not hear or see anything, but you'll be arriving at Lairn. Do you know what you want to do next, or do you need a minute or two to think about it?
I'll move on to Klein Isaac.
Okay, perfect. All right, I will add that in for you. Okay, you got it.
I have a dispatch for here in a minute.
Okay, perfect. Understood. All right. Okay, Mr. Halloween, sir. Your units are arriving at Grofsa, or however it's pronounced. Um, the cavalry went off, presumably to Heimbach. You can't see because there's forest around you to the north and to the west. Nonetheless, you have arrived at your destination. Your column is coming up behind you. What would you like to do? By the way, to uh, the southeast, Gold Division of the Southern Duchy is moving in column. They continue to move. They are approaching Lairn.
All right. I am assuming I haven't heard any fighting, etc.
No, you've heard and seen nothing so far.
Then I'm just gonna continue moving towards Lagerhof and then further southwest towards in the Oed.
Perfect.
Basically
Okay.
just parallel to the other division.
All right, I got it. You got it. Okay, perfect. Good orders. Thank you. All right, Peter.
Yes.
Okay, so your eggs are brought to you, and your eggs are actually quite delicious. They even found a little bit of salt to season them, and they're quite tasty, actually. If anything, I think it's kind of piqued your appetite, and there is an angry goose in the courtyard. I got to tell you. Do you have any orders right now?
Okay, yes. I think I'll get one of the privates to catch the goose.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, I will send a dispatch back to my forces to start to move towards OED, which is in the
I see it.
southwest
All right.
through the forest. I think there's a road that goes through the forest there.
There is. There is. You are in luck.
Uh,
Okay. And do you wish to begin moving there yourself, or are you going to hold your position?
Once the goose is caught, I will make my way between the space between the forest from Fisherek and the greater forest, and I'll meet the forces there, and then I'll be at the head of the line at that point.
Okay. Do you want
So
the goose captured alive, or what?
Yeah, I believe I have in my personal luggage. I have a cage of sorts.
Sure.
My parrot died a week ago on during the travel, so there is a spare cage that I can keep the goose. Though it's a tight cage, but
It will do until tonight.
it'll do for tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, you got it. All right, thank you. All right. All right, there you have it. So yeah, there's a little bit of a role play in Kriegsspiel, and there are consequences for decisions, believe it or not. Hanging out to eat some eggs or to catch a goose will delay your movement and has an impact. Of course, looking at the overall situation, first company is probably not going to miss out too much. But it does look like we have orders for everyone, and there will be contact and combat very soon. I also know that I have a dispatch somewhere, so I need to find that dispatch. And here it is. And I need to copy the dispatch and send it to first company, which is Peter. And I'm gonna let it go through pretty quick, just because it's inconsequential. Go ahead, Amelia.
Thank you. Seventh Division has given orders to his column and is going to ride with Guards Division Commander so they can chat while they're moving. So I'm going to move them into the same voice channel if that's okay.
Yes, of course. Your discretion. You're the umpire.
Just checking. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Okay. All right. And yeah, players can do anything that is reasonable that they could probably do in real life, which includes leaving the head of their column and going to the rear where they can't see or command anything. They can do that. There's consequences for the decisions, but they are free to make them. So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and begin. So, 8th Division is going to appear right here, which will, of course, trigger observation by the cavalry. So, Amelia, we have contact between 8th Division and the cavalry scouts at Heimbach. So I would just report to the 8th Division. They see uniformed men on horses in Heimbach. It appears to be a small unit or two of cavalry.
Yeah, I will go ahead and report that.
Okay. Okay, and I will then move these units to Langerhof. Don't forget the time. There we are. Okay, and we will begin moving here. And we will say that Peter's goose is caught. So we will... Look at that, I hit the spacebar and it zoomed the map out. Annoying. Alright, so let's see here if... So they're just going to start to form up because it takes time for them to receive the order. But we'll move him on the next turn. There's a little bit of a penalty for being separated from your troops, which is that when you give an order, it's not going to be immediately obeyed. Okay? Alright. And I would say that there's contact between 2nd Company and they see in the distance 7th Division around Doril, or I don't know how to pronounce that. I almost don't even want to give a contact report because I don't want to have to say the name, mispronounce it. Okay, so all right, Amelia is away. Attand, are you there?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so whoever is commanding the 7th Division, and I don't know who that is. Do you know who that might be?
That is the Dubs, I think.
Okay, let him know that he sees troops in the distance in the vicinity of Rysach or whatever, in that way. that there appears to be, they've caught a glimpse. Well, actually, no, wait a minute, there's woods there. Not there. Langerhof or whatever. That's what he sees. So do you see the second company, the yellow one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they see each other. So you need to report to him that he sees a column of troops moving his direction.
From
Yeah,
Lagerhof.
Yeah. Just let him know that he sees that he sees a column.
Sure.
Yep.
I actually think that's Castle rather than Debuffs. They got confused last time, but I'll check.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, just check. Are you 7th Division? Yes? Okay. All right, we're good.
Sure.
Okay. All right, now I have to go to my second company of blue and let them know what's going on. All right, you are commanding... Oh gosh, I don't know. Are you commanding the Gold Division?
No, I'm commanding the Northern Division, so it should be 2nd Division.
Second company is Stahlfachen, yeah?
Yeah, the one that's currently, or should be, the furthest north of all of them.
Perfect. Okay,
unless
then.
something went entirely wrong.
Okay, so in the distance, in the vicinity of Dorfel, do you see Dorfel on your map?
Yep.
Okay, you see a line of troops. Probably not friendly troops, probably bad guys. Okay? Just south of Dorfel.
Where am I right now?
You're in Langerhof.
Yep, okay.
Okay? So you have contact. Okay.
Where's the line going there? So is that on the road from northwest to southeast, or like how's this looking?
So the enemy appears to be moving towards the east, from the southeast of Dorfel. You are in Langerhof, obviously moving towards Inderode. I can't pronounce these names.
Yeah.
But you see them between the trees and all that at a great distance.
All right.
Okay.
Where's the golden one? The golden company to my south?
Yes.
Did they stop, or where did they go?
No, you see them in the vicinity of Learn, and you actually see them quite clearly.
Okay, so they're a bit behind me.
A little bit behind you. I'll even show you. I'll share my screen with you real quick.
Right.
There, and that should give you a quick little view of what you see. And you'd see that quite clearly. So, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Any orders? Any change to orders?
Yeah. I'm not gonna go towards Inderode, but I'm gonna go around the forest that's immediately north of it.
Okay.
So basically, rather than just straight southwest, I'm going a little bit north, west, basically through the gap to then reach Angerhof from the north.
Okay, so you're going to go instead to Anderweiss, or...
Yeah, just basically south of that, through that gap between the forests.
I understand. Okay, yeah, you're going to go around the north end of Inderord Woods, if you will. Come out in the direction of Angerhof and descend on him from the north. Perfect. Okay, will do. All right.
So the 7th commander.
Everything is about to...
Hey, Marshall, I was getting a report from Tan. Could you let him finish?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to people talking in the background, and I'm just interrupting. Go ahead.
They want to move their artillery to this spot here. Move one of their brigades in between the two farms, and the rest of them move in column up in this general vicinity there.
Okay.
He's also going to put his commander back in the front of the column as well.
So that's all Jan's stuff that's doing that, right?
No, it's B dubs.
Okay,
7th
B dubs.
Division.
Okay, 7th Division's doing that. Got it.
Just future reference. When they're like moving like a double column, or like one behind the other, do you just not receive orders from the guy in the back because they're just doing the same as the person in front of them?
Generally, we assume, since we're moving in about 15-minute increments, that that's enough time for orders to be passed to the whole unit, unless there's some kind of very odd circumstance.
Sure.
Okay, thank you. What's
All
up, Marshall?
right, good. Okay, sorry for interrupting. I wasn't even thinking. I got my head in my own space here. Okay, so we're gonna have quite a mess here, which is perfect, as second company of the mercenaries is planning to move this way. They're going to run smack into the 8th Division while they do that. So I'm going to go ahead and move. This is probably going to be the... we're going to move here. So I'm only moving one square because they're going to have contact. Let's see here. Man, he's running right into him. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, just it's almost like a half turn, but let's see here. I don't want to move the full turn without letting them, because this is first contact.
Mhm.
So we're kind of running a half turn here. Let's see here. All right.
Hopefully all that stuff's alright what I've just moved.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Now, did you move a half turn or a full turn? And it doesn't matter either way, by the way, because
I moved them one box,
square.
or 5
Okay.
inches.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's perfect. And if not, it wouldn't be a big deal because it doesn't change anything. They're just not quite close enough to start killing each other, but almost. Okay, so let's give everybody reports and see if they are going to change their orders, and then things are going to start getting crazy here.
I'm gonna do screenshots at this point because I think we're
Perfect.
in screenshot bill.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go ahead and delete all the lines. If that's okay.
Yes. Yep, that's fine.
Would you be able to allow me to view the channels where the screenshots are going to be put in? Because I don't think I can see them at the moment.
I got you, fam.
Perfect. Thank you for the help,
And
John.
it is we're almost to the 7:45 turn essentially, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. So you're second company gold, right?
Yes.
Okay. I probably need to write that on the piece here. Name. There we go. Now I won't have to ask that question again. Okay. You come around the woods near Anderwies. You come around between the woods in Langerhof and Anderwies, and you see enemy forces in line almost to your immediate front. I'm going to share the screen.
Right.
And you will see, and this is basically in the middle of the turn, but I'm doing it so that you have an opportunity to react. And you also receive at the same time a dispatch from your cavalry indicating they are just immediately north of you in these woods and that they have contact with the units that are moving this direction. So it's a little bit dated. But obviously, it took time for the dispatch rider to arrive, and they just happened to arrive right when you came around the corner and saw for yourself.
Alright, well, I'll immediately halt the column, start deploying my cannons at Hagehof, pull my lead battalion back towards Hagehof, and then deploy in line to south, leaving one of my blocks as reserve on the northern end of the line.
Okay, so to be clear, you want to deploy.
I'll send you a screenshot if you want me to.
That's perfect. Thank you. That way I don't have to guess.
I'll quickly share the screen on what it's roughly supposed to look like.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, let's go ahead and I don't see any reason why you wouldn't be able to execute the order, so go ahead. So I'm going to look at the screen.
Something like this.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit further slanted back, actually.
Okay, are your troops in column or in line?
These are deployed in line.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Okay, that was a little confusing, but we got it.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to...
No, it's okay. I don't do it half the time either. Let's see here. Alright, so...
Also dispatch to the Golden Company.
Sure.
Telling that we have... do I need to write this down, or can I just...
Hang on, zoom in on your pieces, please, so I can have a good look at your pieces. Okay, so you're gonna go...
Yeah, let me keep it like this. That works.
Langerhof. Okay. Alright, so you want 3 across in front and 1 in reserve?
Yep.
Okay, and you're parking your guns with your 3rd here, and you've got unit here, and just so you know, the white bar across the top is your front.
Okay, well, obviously I'm not gonna place myself with the rear towards the enemy.
Yep, yep. Yeah, I corrected that automatically. I just knew what your intent was, so... And I have you in that disposition. So we're going to pull you back. It's going to be about a turn or so to actually execute the order, but I'm going to set up the pieces that way right now. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right, perfect. You got it. Oh, and what's your communication to Gold Division? In fact, you're close enough. You guys can talk to each other.
All right. Well, on his chrono, right?
Yes.
All right. I'll hop into his channel then.
Perfect.
All right. So I've been told we can talk.
Okay.
We have...
I have a screenshot or anything, so I have no idea what's going on.
Okay. Just so you know, we have an enemy division deployed at Shire Weinhof, so to my northwest.
I'm sharing my screen.
Okay. Yeah. If you see where
I wish you would just give me a screenshot, honestly. I don't like this stream thing.
Okay. I'll send you a screenshot.
So where are they again? What they were?
For me, I've seen them at Shire Weinhof, seen what appears to be a division deployed. I mean, I've also had earlier columns move around Doril. So I'm just deployed so far at Lagerhof. So in case they actually start pushing again, I can deal with them. But yeah, our northern flank is covered with enemy troops.
Okay, then I should probably send a dispatch to Peter, get him up here.
I would consider seeing where the troops are deployed in Doril first, and what their disposition is. Because while I can't, from my current position, push into Doril, I can certainly cover the flank in case the enemy tries to attack. And they might not have seen me since I was at the head of the column and spotted them and could immediately react. So they might not have seen that there's actually any troops there. They've only seen our cavalry. So if you and First Company attack towards Doril, they might come south and basically march right in front of my guns.
Okay, so you're deployed facing west southwest.
Yeah.
Do you say they're in Angerhoy? Sorry, I'm trying to
No,
find.
Schweier-Weinhof, so 2 mile northwest. Walderhof, that area.
Okay, so there's enemy up there. Got it.
There was one artillery piece and, well,
Okay, so they're getting themselves sorted out. The commander of the Gold Division cannot see everything that the commander of the Second Company sees, but they will on the next turn. So there's just a certain amount of stuff that has to happen. These guys, of course, are going to begin to withdraw. So I'm going to draw. Okay, to indicate the withdrawal. And let's see here. All right, all of that's moved. So I just wait for my umpires to come back. All right. Let me see if I have dispatches. I don't. No new dispatches. All right. Let's check the YouTube. Okay. Thank you on the map. Yes, I put it together last night. It's one of the resources that we have on our website. There's a whole map, Central Europe, and you can zoom in. I'm actually going to make an improved version of this map or another one like it using the same material. So I'll be working on that in the days ahead, I'm sure. And thank you on the mug. Yes. Yep. So pretty cool. So there we have it. Okay, yeah, we're just standing by and waiting for my umpires to get back with reports and orders for the red, and then we're going to get kind of resume. So, first contact tends to be a very busy time because everybody suddenly realizes their plans go out the window. They need time to kind of think and react. And for the umpires, we need time to start rearranging pieces. It's very easy to move a column down a road all at one time. That's just click, click, done. Whereas here, now you have individual units going into positions and doing things. And that's a lot more clicks. It's a much bigger workload. It does not last. It's just one of those turns where we're going to have a lot of activity here. And then once all the units kind of get engaged and we start throwing dice, then things can kind of speed up a little bit from this. And then it is what it is. And it's also where it gets interesting for the players. So,
Hello.
hey Amelia, you ready?
I think so. So essentially, all that's happening here is that the artillery is going to move up to the right flank here and shoot whatever it can see. 6th Division is stopped while their commander rides forward to get an idea of what's happening.
Okay. All right. It looks like then we're set for 8 a.m. turn. I'll have to get orders from Gold Division in particular, but he doesn't have, he hasn't had time to react to the news yet until now. So this turn now he'll be able to react. So yeah, I've got the second company of the mercenaries in a line for me. They just immediately pulled back. They made contact, immediately turned around and went back the other way. So they're more or less kind of out of sight. I don't know. It looks like the artillery has sight on them and can probably throw one die, start trying to throw some suppression or something. It's kind of long range, old guns. They only got a couple, so I'm not feeling too generous for that artillery.
Understandable.
Yeah. So
Um,
I would
the
probably
guard,
even modify the die roll like with a -1 just because. Um,
you could just roll 2, take the lowest.
I suppose, yeah, you could do that.
Okay. Quick thing. I now have to leave, sadly, so won't be able to continue at this point.
Okay, understood. Understood. For now, we'll
Let's do
hand. Yeah, perfect. Okay, got it. Thank you.
it.
Good luck.
Fun. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Let's. Okay. Let's go for the 8 a.m. turn, everyone. Okay, Mr. Chrono, you there?
We're not sure where else I'd be.
Right? Okay. I'm trying to get you well, first of all, what are your orders based on what you've been told from Second Company? And temporarily, I'm going to give you command of Second Company as well.
Well, I need to know what time it is.
8 a.m.
Great. I'm going to leave Second Company into current position to screen my right flank, and I'm going to take my column towards Great Mühlberg. Grossmühlberg, I guess.
Okay, so you're going to leave. Okay, Second Company remains where it is.
Yes.
And then
screen my right flank.
and then Gold Division is going to continue towards Greater or whatever Mulberg, and there's woods to your front close to Mulberg. Are you planning to track north or south of those woods?
I will go north.
Okay, so you're going to be going north. Okay, so as you begin making that move and you make your way through Klein Reisach, you see that there are Vermillion troops coming up somewhere in the vicinity of Inderord. Let me do a screen cap of that. But I have to be very careful. I'm just going to say you're going to see troops to the southwest of Inderord, and it's a significant body of troops. I'll say that for now. Otherwise, I end up giving you too much intel. But you see there's a large number there. So does that change your orders now?
Yes, I'm going to deploy in a double line just to the in the vicinity of Reisach and those farm buildings.
Okay.
With my flank resting on Fishwang.
Okay.
A cannon on my right of my forward line, and I'm going to see what they do.
Okay, so cannon on your right forward. Okay, and we'll pull up your supply train. Okay, there is artillery. Now you are seeing also near Anderwies, behind it. I mean, you really can't quite see it because woods are blocking your view where you're at. However, there is artillery attempting to fire with very little effect on the Second Company.
Can they see the company from that device? I guess I can.
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to send you a screenshot of your position and let me know if this needs to be modified. Okay, I must like you. I've done all this extra work for you.
Screenshots are really extra work. It's kind of standard.
Well, it's just it's not necessarily. In fact, screenshots are a luxury. Screenshots are when we're feeling generous. They are not standard at all. They are.
I don't know what games you've been playing in then.
Well, Kriegsspiel, my friend, for like a dozen years or more. But no problem. All right. Do you see the screenshot? Is it good?
That'll work, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. All right. Away we go. Okay. Let's see here.
Hi.
Okay. I have Chrono in his position, and he's running second company for now. And I just have to move up Peter.
I'm not sure what's happening anymore.
Welcome to the fog of war. Okay, I also have to give poor Peter a report. He hasn't had any report for a bit. Um, what's the problem?
Well, I came back with my orders, and then you said let's run 8 o'clock turn. We didn't roll any dice. Nothing happened, and it seems like we just moved forward with nothing being resolved. So I don't know what time it is. I don't know what we're doing, and I'm feeling very disorganized right now.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so it's 8 a.m., right? There was a die roll for the artillery, the 8th artillery, as I understand. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the die roll was an advantage hit and a blank, so take the lowest, the blank. Plus, there's no advantage anyway, so that's a miss.
Okay.
So we're finishing up 8 a.m. We're going to be moving to 8:15. Southern Duchy forces have formed into a line. It looks like Vermillion forces are forming up. I don't see anything that's amiss other than I need to move that cavalry further back. They're in retreat out of the situation.
Okay.
Does that help? Do you have any further questions?
I'm just
Nobody is in combat contact right now. Both sides have formed up in lines kind of out of range of each other. So they're going
I'm
to
aware.
Yeah, so
I'm aware of that.
Okay. So they're going to move again. I'm just trying to there's not a problem here that I see.
I guess we haven't been really keeping track of player phase and umpire phase. There hasn't been like we had that whole like we're giving an update halfway through return thing we did, so I'm a little off kilter on.
Right, so that was 7:50, 7:55, just prior to 8 o'clock, and the reason I did that was to give everybody an opportunity to react because they were encountering each other at pretty close range. So that's why I did that. It's an exceptional case. So at this point, we are about to go to 8:15 player time. And we will be moving much more strictly now because the units are now in contact. Does that make sense? So you would just kind of run everything very quickly until they get into contact. Then once they get into contact, then player time, umpire time really begins to matter. But until they get into contact, it's just we got to get them into the fight. Now that they're in the fight, then yes, everything slows down and we use the normal cadence. Okay, do you have another question, Amelia? How you doing? You okay? Feeling overwhelmed?
I am not so much feeling overwhelmed as frustrated.
Okay. I apologize for any frustration. So I'll just say we're beginning the 8:15 player phase, player reports. So what we're going to be doing is giving reports. You're going to be going back to red, telling them that the opposing forces have fallen back.
I know how to do player reports. Thank
you. Okay. I'm trying to.
I think I need to step back from this right now.
Okay, understood. No problem. All right, thank you. Okay. All right. So I have to go and do the reports, and we will get this squared away. All right. Okay, I'm going to go down and do. Well, first of all, Peter's a little late on getting his report, so I need to go to him. Okay, Peter. We have you at OED. Okay. You've arrived there, and you hear the sound of artillery to your northwest. And you see that there is activity somewhere in the vicinity of Klein-Molberg. You see just through the gap in the woods there that there are troops moving. So there is activity over there.
Okay. So, as my order, I'm going to stay in line of march behind OED, but I will set my artillery up just to the north west of OED, just so it can look down that line, and I will stay there with my artillery watching.
Okay, and where do you want the infantry to go then?
Behind OED, essentially.
Okay.
In wherever they can fit, whether it's double column behind OED there.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just park them there. And
Okay.
that's going to take about a turn or two to execute, so. Okay, hang in there. Yeah, we got to first contact, so things have slowed down.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep, okay, no
And
problem.
then last thing, I'll just send a staff member to go back to the house that we took the goose and the eggs from, just to ask them to pay 5 times the amount of the normal cost of that goose and eggs, because we took it and we shouldn't have taken it. And also to reward anybody within the outlying towns 10 head of cattle if they can bring back a qualified report of Vermillion movements in that area from Backenhurpen to Foxburg. So that little group of little villages there.
All right, you got it. Okay.
All
right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to do red reports. No, it's okay. I'm going to go do red reports for red. I'm going to go to 6th and 8th divisions first.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, what division are you commanding, 6th or 8th?
8th.
8th, okay. So the cavalry has withdrawn to your front. It is now 8:15. The cavalry has withdrawn from your front. You do not see them around Heimbach or anywhere. They're gone. They've retreated from the area. The artillery, I don't know who is, let's see, that is 8th. Okay, so your artillery has been firing but without effect on the Duchy troops through the gap in the woods, but again to no effect. Those troops have fallen back, and they are basically on the other side of the woods. So they are, however, lined up. So
So basically, they are in the woods east of Enderweiss.
Yes. So if you were to go around or go through those woods, you'd probably encounter the enemy in some kind of a line formation waiting for you.
Okay.
So that's what.
Has the 6 catch up yet?
Let's see. They are catching up now. They are not at your position, but they are catching up.
Okay. Start rolling the left flanks ahead to perform probing attacks. Only skirmishers.
Okay, so form up on. Okay.
Pushing the left flank units up to the next forest and start probing attacks.
Okay, which units do you want to push up? I'm sorry, I was distracted.
The units on the northern flank, there's a forest ahead of them. Push them into that forest and start basically push the left flank up a bit.
Okay, so you want to
overwatch the open fields near Heimbach.
I got it. Perfect.
And the right flank begin probing attacks, I guess.
Okay, so the right flank will begin to push in. All right, that's fine.
Not push to commit yet. Just only commit skirmishers.
Okay, no problem. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's go to the next. Let's go to the 6th. And on the 6th division, hello, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, you're coming up behind the 8th division, which is deployed in line facing Heimbach. And the enemy is to your there's enemy troops to the southeast of your overall position behind the woods. There's woods to your front and to your south, and the enemy appears to be in that region. Okay, you're coming up behind the 8th Division. You are close enough to the 8th Division commander that you can speak to the 8th Division commander, and you guys can coordinate your efforts, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to put you both in the same room, and you can talk about what you want to do next, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now let's go to the other two commanders. Let's go to Jan. Okay. Jan.
Hello.
Hey, okay. So, you see the enemy is forming up to your front here. Let's see here. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. So here you are.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Okay, and that's what you see. So, what are your orders?
We form the guards into double line between Angerhof and in der Öd.
Okay, and I'm going to move 7th up here because they're with you. Okay,
Yeah, and I want to deploy my guns north of in der Öd.
Okay.
Between in der Öd and the woods.
That's where my line was going, you bastard. Good spot.
Okay, so you want to go here, is that correct, Jan? Is that
No, deploy them further back to the west. Yeah, about there.
okay? Perfect. Okay, and 7th
If I tune
Division.
into your stream here.
Yes, please.
All right, wonderful. Excuse me, cat. You're bothering me. There we go.
Huh.
Hello.
Okay. And 7th Division, where do you want them to go?
Okay. Very strange. I didn't expect his division to be in front of me. You're supposed to be in reserve, Jan, you bastard.
Yeah, you can form in front of me. That's fine.
Oh well, now you've
I'll
caused a
just
traffic
plug-
jam.
I
would
the
like
gaps.
my lead brigade is probably going to take up position in the woods north of Inderud. And one of them will stay in reserve near the guns, and the other one will follow and be behind the woods regiment. You feel me?
Okay, you can't break up your brigade like that. You can't.
Oh, can't?
Yeah,
Okay.
no. This is one brigade. So, you won't be able to command them effectively. So you're going to have to stay more or less together. So where do you want you to park your brigade? You can go south of Jan, or you can go north into the woods. You can go in front of him, behind him.
Yeah, well, then I'm going north into the woods, looking southeast.
Perfect. Okay, I will begin that march. And your artillery is going to do what?
My artillery is going to stay where it is at Jeremyburg. I can see from there, right? I mean,
you can see the Stahlfalken troops up.
yeah, that's.
to-
I was imagining firing down the in between the
Okay.
forests.
Yeah, unfortunately the range is so long, you're not going to be putting in much effective fire there. Okay.
Okay, well then I'll move up. I'm a little confused by the scale here.
Yeah. I don't have the scale off the top of my head, but yeah, it's a little far. It's a little far for your artillery. I mean, they can reach, but effective, accurate fire, especially at this time period, you're not likely to have it.
And I can't leave one regiment somewhere to hold. You
No.
have to bring all 4 of them together.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you actually think of it as commanding one unit, but the multiple blocks allow flexibility in the position, meaning that they can conform to terrain like a hillside or the edge of a woods or a road or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'll leave your artillery there. I'll start moving your brigade up towards the woods north of Inderord. Okay?
I mean, I guess I'm gonna move my arty south of Inderod. I don't really know what I need them to be closer then.
Okay, I think that's a good choice. Okay, Jan might be able to provide you some advice here. Okay, all right, I'll be back.
Thanks.
Okay, let's see here. Now I have to go to the blue side. Okay, Chrono.
What's up?
Hey. Okay, so enemy troops are starting to form to your front. I'm going to send you a screenshot now of what you see. And here is what you can pretty much see. Okay. File S3, and here you are. Okay, so there's your screen.
Okay.
Okay, and did you have a dispatch to Peter?
I did.
You do. Here it is. Okay, it's time to deliver it. All right.
What time is it?
It is 8:15.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, copy that, and then you have a dispatch coming in from Peter. Okay. All right, I take it you're going to hold position for the time?
One sec. I'm going to bring my left flank in a bit, so I'm more forward in line with that forest to my south east, but will otherwise hold position.
Okay, so you're talking about Reichsack?
Yeah, well, you want to form on a line that goes through Lysac, but with my left flank being more towards the south east rather than at the sort of angle it is now.
Okay, can I share my screen with you just so we have the alignment right?
Sure, I guess.
Yeah, here. Like that?
That works.
Okay, and the battery, you want it out in front like that or what?
We'll shift south a bit to make room for it so you can slide in between my division and second co, or first co, or whatever.
Okay, so you want him in here like that.
Yep, and you should probably start firing because they should be in range now. But
yeah, see. They'll fire automatically. Okay, you got it.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, now I come here for time to think. Peter is still forming up. These guys have to kind of all figure out what they want to do. It's a very confusing situation for Red. Check the YouTube real quick. Thank you, Otto, for the pro tip there. All right. All right, all's well. Good, okay. Let's go ahead and proceed. So, as I explained, we do have to begin following things a little more strictly now that the units are in contact. So we're going to go to 8:30 player time, and we're going to really begin the cadence in earnest here. This is, I think, part of what frustrated Amelia. Probably my style, which is very fast and loose. I'm just used to doing this stuff on my own a lot historically, so I probably have issues with my personal communication. In any case, it looks like Tand dropped, but that's a typical thing to drop from the what do you call it, the tabletop. Hopefully he's able to return. Let me check the Discord. Tand, can you hear me on Discord? I have you in the channel. Maybe the internet dropped out because he's still here. Okay, anyway, let's proceed. The show must go on, folks. I'm going to go to 6th and 7th Division to give them reports. Okay, gentlemen, I am just here to give you a report that artillery continues to fire in all directions, but nobody with any effect. The enemy forces have moved back a little, making it a little harder for you to hit them. But you do have contact. You see a large number of enemy troops around the area of Rysak to your southeast. Do you see that on your map?
Hagerhof?
Yes, and Rysak. Yes, that they're in that area.
Rysak. So that's south of the Hagerhof.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So there's enemy troops in that area. So think about what you want to do. 6th and 7th Division are both up. Your basic.
7th in the guards booth, I believe.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 6th and the 8th. I can't read Roman numerals apparently. Yes, the 6th and the 8th are up, and you can deploy them however you wish or give whatever orders you'd like. Okay. I'll be back. I'll be back to get your orders in a few minutes.
Roger.
Okay. Okay, gentlemen, report. You are facing the enemy. The enemy has adjusted his line around Reichsach just a little, but they are in large numbers to your front. Okay, in accord with the last screenshot, pretty much. Not much has changed. So
I didn't take note of where they were.
did I not send a screenshot, or did I just share screen? All right,
yeah.
I'll send a screenshot. You guys are used to screenshots. You've been spoiled.
Yeah, the screenshots are really nice because I have eyes.
Right? Yeah. No. I think Chrono thought screenshots were standard.
Me too.
Yeah, I know you guys do. It's one of those things. You've been, again, I haven't umpired for a long time, so you guys are accustomed to other people umpiring and giving you candy all day. I tell you, let's see. I have to find your text channel. Here it is. Here it is. All right, I'm
there
gonna
are a lot of text channels.
There's too many, but that's neither here nor there. All right, so here is a screenshot, and I'll also post it to you as well, Jan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll come back to get orders from you in just a moment, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Tand had internet issues. I kind of figured because he dropped from tabletop. And he's restarting his router. That happens. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right. All right. Now we go back to Chrono. Okay, Chrono. I don't have anything new to report from what I showed you last time, but we're in the reporting phase. I'll be back to get orders as soon as something changes.
Cool.
I'll have a new report for you. So, just wanting you to let you know you are not forgotten.
Okay.
Okay. And the time is, I believe, 8:30. It's 8:30 player time. So. I'll be coming back to get your report or your orders momentarily.
Okay.
Okay, Peter,
yes.
your units are now formed up in accord with your wishes. You should have received a dispatch from your fellow commander. Did you wish to give
Yeah.
any new orders at this time?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my forces up to be on the flank of General Chrono's
Okie dokie.
forces.
All right, I'll put you in motion. You got it.
Thanks.
Okay. Okay, things are starting to smooth out. And let's see here, 6th and 8th. I need to go to 6th and 8th and get their orders. Okay, gentlemen, what are your orders?
So, scouts reported that there's enemies around my right flank in Bugolf, and basically those dark green hedges. So, you might want to flank north instead of south.
Okay, gentlemen, I need orders, please. So what are the orders for 8th Division, please?
Artillery, hold fire, conserve ammo.
Okay, yes.
How's my left flank going?
There's nothing on your left flank.
So, enemy is not inside handbrake, right?
That's correct. Enemy has left the area, they've retreated, and are no longer visible.
Okay, left flank push up into hangback.
Okay.
Right flank hold position.
Okay, now you generally have to keep your brigade together, just so you know. Okay, so these units...
So, well, it's just a line from Ender Weiss to handback, right?
Okay, so you want a line there, so like a diagonal line from Hainbrick to Anderweiss. You can do that. Okay.
Well, not diagonal, like make it a bit inwards to avoid enemy fire from the woods.
Okay, you're fine. The enemy isn't in those woods either.
Wait, the enemy pull back to hangar hold?
I'm
so
sorry.
Enemy no longer visible in the woods.
You want to go into the woods, you said?
No, enemies no longer in the woods, right?
That's correct.
Alright,
they never were in the woods.
Start pushing into the woods.
Okay, that's what we'll do. Okay, so there's a stream to your front. It will take time to cross it. It'll break you up a bit as you cross. The woods are going to give you disruption. Just so you know, okay?
Okay. Tighten formation into 2 rolls. I mean, basically 2 rolls in the front, 2 rolls in the back, before pushing into the woods.
Okay. All right, that's what we'll do. Okay. All right, we'll go in double line there. Okay, 6th Division. What are your orders, please?
I'm going to try to flank them from the north, so I'm going to...
Yeah, I left the woods, so fucking north is probably not worth the time now. So maybe you deploy south of me and...
South?
Yeah, south's probably better for this situation, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm sorry pushing to the woods. I'm not sure if the enemy has ambush in there, so...
Yeah, it's better to deploy south. You're right.
Yeah, north is too far, and the enemy's no longer in the woods anyways. You're not trying to pull up in there.
Okay. All right, I'll start you moving to the south. I'll share my screen with you so that you can see what I see for you, or what you can see. Are you able to view my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, verify that everything looks like this is what your wishes are.
Yeah.
Okay, and Castle, is that okay with you?
1 second, let me check it.
Sure.
What are those black things?
Those are dice. Don't worry about them. Those are the combat dice.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, no worries.
Artillery is kind of far away.
Yeah,
right here.
I've limbered the artillery for you, so you'll be able to reposition them where you want. Where they're at, they're not really effective anyway.
Yeah.
So, but right now the
Probably.
situation's fluid. So,
Yeah, I know.
and they're being masked
So
by 6 divisions. So, you're
hold
not.
until situation has passed, basically. Like
Yes.
artillery.
Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll start implementing this order. It'll start happening. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck. Okay, gentlemen. It is time for you to do something here. We've got your units moving into these woods, right? Are there any Go ahead. Any changes to orders?
No, I'm moving up in a nice fat column. All my regiments moving up line up to the front of the woods to try and engage. Oh God, wait! You see those guns? That's the last known position. By the way, I never got that screenshot.
Oh, I should have sent it to you. What a
I
loser.
forward this is.
Yeah. So I'm moving into the woods now. You said. And are my guns south of Inderode, where we left them?
Okay, so I'm sharing my screen, so this is what you would see and know. You see that?
No. This is your screen. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
You guys.
Yeah. So that's just right. Obviously, my gun orders are still standing. I'm moving into the woods. My lead column is going to form line before they leave the woods and just set up northeast of Inderode, and I'm going to wait for more info. That'll be it for me right now.
Yeah, I sent the screenshot
into visibility
to the wrong channel. Okay, so you want to push up?
Yeah. I don't want to push out of the woods though. That's all I said.
Okay, you guys love these woods, so you kind of want to be in here like that?
Uh-huh.
All right, that's fine. Okay, no problem.
I'm gonna move up. I'm gonna move up to meet 8th or, if I can, 6th division.
The individual.
Okay, so Jan, you're gonna leave your guard unit to go meet the other units, or would you prefer to send them a dispatch?
I leave them and I let them stay here in place.
Okay.
Watch over
It's
them.
just artillery engagement right now.
Okie dokie. Okay, so I'm gonna move you through the woods. All right, that's fine. Okay, I'll move you up to the 6th and the 8th division. All right, and you'll be able to talk to them directly. You can go ahead and move.
All right, thanks.
Okay. All right, let's go to blue.
Are your regiments smaller than our tokens by any chance?
They might be. They might be, depending on when you did the module. Yeah, there could be some size differences because I was working on it all the way up to the almost last minute. So
because these, well, I was just gonna say these other like sort of generic tokens that you have seem more reasonably sized.
Yeah, you can highlight units
I'm just
and hit.
scaling them down.
Yeah, you can scale them. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Chrono. I finally have something of note for you.
Okay.
The enemy is moving in the direction of Anderwies. And at Inderord, there is another unit that it appears to be moving left. So you've identified the unit behind Inderord as enemy guard troops. There is another unit of troops that is moving into those woods north of Inderord.
Okay.
Nothing quite in range yet. You know, the artillery's just kind of taking pot shots at each other. There is an artillery battery between Inderord and the woods that are firing, and your battery is returning fire as well.
I heard anything from my cavalry up north?
Yes, your cavalry actually are supposed to arrive to you next turn. Let's just say they've arrived. Your cavalry have returned to your position. Yeah, they've been making their way. They retreated 3 or 4 turns ago, and they are making their way to you.
I would prefer that they go back up there to keep an eye on things. Let me know if something comes through those woods.
Okay, they will immediately begin executing the order. Okay, to your south, Peter is approaching. He is approaching to your south.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So he's going to be forming up, I think, on your left. Probably what you would expect. You'll be able to communicate with him directly.
Okay.
Okay, Peter.
Hey,
yes. You're coming up from the south. I'm going to put you in contact with Chrono. You will be able to speak with him directly. And I'm assuming you want your troops to go into line to the left of him, or what?
Without having seen a picture of what everything looks like, I'm not 100% sure. So could you just do a little screeny shot for us?
What? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah. Asking for
Because I want to know, look, Master, the grand plan is, if there's only a narrow gap, I want to go in and a full attack column, which you'll be greatly impressed with. But if there's a large space, then I'll have to go into regular line, I guess.
No, I expect more clairvoyance here. This is unbelievable. I'm having to tell you guys everything. Let's see here.
Don't send me a screenshot then. Tell me how much space I've got.
I just sent you the screen.
Oh,
so there you have it. And now you're in contact with Chrono, so you can all speak.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay, so I have you moving into position, but we can tweak things if needed. You're not in any immediate contact. You're not going to be in any immediate combat, so we can tweak your orders as needed.
Well, okay. All I'd say is, while I was moving up the line, could I see any forces coming from Klein, Molberg? No. Okay. They're all on the other side of that, essentially. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. They're around Inderord.
Very good.
Okay. All right. I'm going to move you in with Chrono now.
Cheers.
Okay. All right. Let's take a quick look at the YouTube. Are there overall force commanders for both sides, or each of them operating independently? They're more or less independently, although Chrono is technically in charge of Southern Duchy and Jan is in charge of Vermillion. So yes, there are side commanders, but the units are operating more or less independently for now. But Jan has moved north to the 6th and the 8th Division commanders and will be guiding them and giving them directions. He's going to be guiding them into final combat with the enemy. So I can see how this is starting to shape up already. So there we have it. Okay. All right, let's check the time now. We've just done the umpire time, actually. Now we're going back to 8:45 player time, which means now I give a report. Now I give a report. So we go back to red, and we give a report to them. Okay, Jan and company. The orders that you have given, they are in progress. The 8th Division is moving into the woods. The 6th Division is moving into the gap between the woods. And you are seeing that there are quite a few enemy troops through this gap on the other side of those woods.
I'm just back. Has something important happened?
Yes. Let me send. I'm going to send the 6th a screenshot. Okay, but nobody else gets to see it.
Okay.
Although you can verbally report what you see. So it's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
You guys also want to bring your guns up so that you can support your attacks. Don't know where they are currently. Marshal, I move back to 7th Division.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Let's see. This is the 6.
So there's enemies behind the woods, basically?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, between Hegehof and Großreiser.
Okay, you have your screenshot?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, and that will inform your decision. So I'll be back in a few minutes for any orders. Okay, I have to go talk to 7th Division. Okay, so 7th Division. Let's see. You are moving into position in the woods. This is a little generous to have you moved up here. The 6th Division is getting ready to form up.
To my north, I imagine.
Well, they're coming down from the north. I'll send you a screen momentarily. Excuse me. Let's see here. Okay. And we're gonna move them here like that. Okay. So this is what you are aware of. I'll send you a screenshot. You guys love these screenshots.
Do love those screenshots.
You're,
Big fan.
You're addicted. Okay, here we are. Save as S.
Never known anything else.
Right? Yeah, it's because I haven't umpired in so long.
Yeah, you haven't been able to deprive us.
Right? Us old school, we do it a little different, but that's okay. That's okay.
Well, I figure, the screenshots, it's more like being at the actual table, more like being at the actual field.
Right? Here we go. Did that go through to you? Let me see. I don't see it. Oh, okay, there it is. I have to scroll down. Why did it go all the way up? There it is. Okay, so that's what you see. So I'll be back in a moment for any new orders. Okay.
Great.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, the guns, how separate can they be? Because I noticed that they're marching behind Jan's division at the moment.
Yeah, they're right behind your train, but they can't really go into those woods. I'll let you.
I was originally gonna position them right in front of where my commander is on the screenshot. That was just south of the farm at Inderud.
Okay, I'll do that.
Form a battery, Jan.
Yeah, we can fudge things in Kriegsspiel when you're not quite in contact like that. I mean, you're in contact, but you guys aren't really shooting so much. But I'll put them there, and
we can see the enemy.
Yeah, the artillery is just about close enough, though it may start having some effect. So yeah, okay. So I'll put them unlimbered in front of you, south of Inderord. And there you go. So your troops are going to occupy a line on the edge of the woods facing east and south. Is that what you intend?
Yep.
Okay.
I imagine that's abstracted a little bit. It's a nice, neat line. It's perfect. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Alrighty. Good luck.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, gentlemen, real quick, any changes in your orders, or really 8th Division? I don't know if there's going to be any changes in orders. You're pushing through the woods, but
they push artillery up into the opening in between those two arms of the woods and start hammering Egerhof.
Okay, we'll push your artillery up. Now, this is the 8th Artillery or 6th Artillery? Who's giving the order?
I'm the 8th Commander.
Okay, the 8th Commander. Okay. All right. Okay, that'll start happening soon. It's all right.
Roger.
Okay.
I have some additional orders. My artillery, the 1st, shall advance to the edge of the woods, like on the flank of the 7th, I assume.
Okay.
And the guards can slowly come up behind them. Yeah, and I'll move down to meet 7th.
Okay, so I have you in between the two commands, so you can give the orders. But really, I think I'll put you in position on the next turn. We'll give those orders. because then you'll be right there with them and you'll be able to see what they see.
Mm-hmm.
There are some things you don't see, with,
Uh-huh.
which is the no, it's not a bad surprise. It's just the 7th Infantry is in your way. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
All right. Okay, gentlemen.
Hello.
Okay, so artillery is starting to shoot. Let me give you a screen. Okay.
Give it to me straight, Marshal.
Here we are. Well, it's fatal, but whatever. You know, we're gonna have a good time at the wake.
Bring everyone into the room. It's all over.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Okay, let's give you guys screenshots. I'm going to give you both the same screenshot here. And here you are. God, I remember when we argued back and forth about screenshots. No, it should just all be written in verbal. Oh my goodness. That was how many months ago now? Anyway, okay, so here you have it. I have you coming up south of the Gold Division, Peter. So how you can post your troops how you want them. So it's up to you.
Well, we have orders. So.
We've got it already, Marshal, and you'll be happy to know I'm going to go in full attack column towards Klein-Mollberg and then attack north. That's the idea.
Okay, so you're gonna head towards Klein-Mollberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fine, and then form up in attack column behind the forest line, and then attack from there, basically the nearest enemy.
Okay, so you're going to swing south around the woods, Klein-Mollberg, Gur-Mollberg, whatever that is, and then you're going to smash up towards Indor-Ode, or Ed. Okay. All right, and are you going to accompany your troops on this movement?
I will, yes.
Yes, okay, and where do you want to park your artillery and your supply train?
The artillery will just follow up for the time being.
Okay, they'll follow you. And the supply train will dutifully kind of trail behind. Okay, so that is in motion. It is happening now. In fact, I'm going to give you a little extra movement. Just because. You've been delayed enough. Okay.
I produced the goose.
You did. Okay. Chrono, what are your orders?
I'm going to step off 2nd Division here towards the edge of those woods. To try and break up that column that's coming down, just force them to stop short and start deploying.
Okay, so you say step up. What do you mean? You want them to advance?
Yeah, I want them to advance to put their flank on the edge of those woods, just to their north.
Okay, so the flank will now be anchored on the woods. I see what you're saying. So you're going to move about a half square forward of Langeroff.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, and the artillery?
The artillery should support the movement with cover fire if possible. We can shift this line into a double line to make room for the artillery.
Okay, where do you want the artillery exactly, though? Right, left, center?
Probably more centerish, so it's closer to the Gold Division.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you in double line. I'll share my screen. I know you don't like it, but I'm gonna share the screen. You see that? Is that pretty much
that seems accurate? Yep, that'll work.
Okay, you got it. All right, that's gonna happen. What about Gold Division? What are they doing?
Once the head of Peter's column swings around the woods, we're going to step off as well.
Okay.
And let me look at my map really quick. And we are going to angle up towards the division that's currently located around those woods and the guards division, and Once, and then we'll have to see how the attack how Peter's attack develops. But if we can, we're going to hit that angle on the line right there where they have that L shape on the woods, and just smash that angle and break it.
Okay, do you want them to step off now, or do you want to delay their step off?
We are delaying our step off until Peter has started around the woods, so that basically our attacks go in roughly simultaneously.
Okay, understood. Okay.
Cavalry should be screening my northern flank. No idea what's going on up there, but hopefully it's nothing bad.
Right, okay. Okay, and I have a request for the time, and the time is going to be 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay, we're moving into the 9 o'clock turn now. Okay, perfect. All right, you got it. Okay, let's check the YouTube real quick. All right, we're going to start throwing dice here directly. Let's just check the YouTube. And yes, it could turn into Chancellorsville for the yellow because they're about to get smashed in the flank. However, those troops are coming in through the woods, so they're in. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we are going to begin rolling combat between these two units. We're just going to roll one die apiece. We're going to roll a red and an orange, technically, or salmon color, whatever we want to call it. And I believe they're both D10s. And no, they're D8s is what they should be. Sorry. How long have I been doing this? Okay, here we are, D8s. And we're going to roll them. So. Okay, both sides throw some suppression on one another. So we need to get our little token. And we'll copy that. And that's the first combat of the game. So state now 2 and state now 3. There we have it. It is starting. The firing has begun. Okay, now let's give them all reports. So let's begin with 8th. Well, 8th has to move through. And they'll begin pushing through here. Okay. 6th Division is going to go into line here. Like that. Because these troops will behave logically. Alright, we'll move them up as well. And we'll begin moving Jan's troops forward as well. Implement the orders. Okay, and like this. All right, that all looks right. Okay, so now let's go ahead and give the 9 a.m. report. So we begin by going to these troops. Okay, gentlemen, I have your 9 a.m. report. Jan, I have you back south with your troops. It's up to you if you wish to stay here or if you wish to be with your guys, but no problem. Okay, 8th Division. You are emerging from the woods and you see enemy troops in the vicinity of Langerhof. You are moving in on their flank. They will probably be refusing their flank to meet you. In fact, we're just going to assume that's going to happen. So, but there's going to be combat between you and him almost immediately. Okay? There'll probably be... The only order you can give at this point is, like, charge into them or retreat or something. So I'm assuming...
Change fires.
Yep, perfect. Okay.
I've already push up.
Yep. Okay, so they'll continue with their orders as ordered, which is the right thing to do here. The 6th Division has come through the gap and they've run smack into the enemy. And again, I will share my screen so that both of you see what you're seeing.
Roger.
Okay, so look at the screen, and this is especially important for 6th Division now. So your lead battalion has formed into a line because they're not going to just walk out and get shot at. There is an exchange of fire happening in front of you. Okay, so the two sides are the 7th and the 2nd Company are firing at each other. There's also artillery. It's going to get real bloody here in just a moment. Okay, so 6th Division. What are your orders faced with this?
So south one is the 7th.
Yes.
Um,
Hang on, can I order the 2U battalions in black to start peeling off front to the left side? Try and flank the enemy from behind?
Yes. Okay, done.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I feel like it's a risk worth taking.
Sure, no, I don't think that's horrible. Okay.
Yeah, like
6th Division.
Flank, but...
Okay, 6th Division, your time's up, man. They are going to...
yeah, I think I'm just want to reinforce.
Yeah, they're just going to form up and start shooting. They'll probably figure out they can maybe push through the woods to the left, but it's going to be confusing with the 8th coming through. Anyway, your men are going to start shooting, okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kind of kick down at the enemy.
Okay, gentlemen. Down here, I have scouts going forward for Jan.
Outs.
Can you hear me, Jan? Are you there?
He's muted. Maybe he doesn't know.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I
have an umpire dilemma here, but I'm going to tell you just this, that your scouts have gone forward to Hofstadel or whatever, and they are indicating that, yes, there are enemy troops to your south. There are no specifics or particulars, just, yes, there are troops to the south. They're waving at you and pointing south. Okay? And that's...
Yeah, you're looking through your telescope and you just see some frantic waving.
Yep, pretty much. Okay, I'm going to share my screen with both of you real quick. Okay. There is an exchange of fire. The 7th is engaged with the 2nd Company, and it's about to get really gruesome and bloody. There's going to be a lot of dice chucked at each other.
Oh god, they've moved right up. Okay,
yeah.
Well they are. Okay, well the 6th has come in right on my flank as well, so that's good.
Yeah. And Jan, I have the guard moving forward. They've stopped behind the 7th Artillery. Do you want them to push forward or what? Your artillery is also pushed forward.
No, I will change plans. They shall form brigade column and move southeast between Großer Mühlberg and the woods there, around the woods to the east, so that we can get on the flank of the enemy at Fischwang and Großreisach.
Okay, do you want to move to the west or east of Molberg?
East.
Okay, understood. Yeah. Which I figured,
south
but I had to ask.
East, south of the woods. You mean you want to subvert that whole thing?
Yeah, he wants to. I just making sure what side of Molberg he's going to move down. That's all.
Wonderful.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, got it.
Can I see the positions again? Sorry, I just want to make a note of.
Unfortunately, no, because it would reveal too much at this point. I'm putting everything in motion.
You're good.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Yeah. Okay. Good luck, guys.
All right. Oh, by the way, sorry. I have one unit all like kind of they're strung all the way around the south side of the woods. Can I bring my westernmost regiment up behind my regiment in contact in the woods?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, that's a reasonable order. Okay, you got it. Okay. All right. Let's go to. I gotta go to blue. Okay, gentlemen, I apologize for the lengthy delay. Units are in combat in the north, and I'm going to share a screenshot with you, and it is.
Oh,
They,
shall I leave? Shall I
no,
leave this?
no, you.
No? Oh.
Well, I mean, it don't matter. But you don't have to view it. But Chrono, you definitely need to see this.
Okay.
They are coming at you.
I see him.
And there you are. So Second Company has refused to meet them, but there's quite a few. But the quality of your troops is much better. I'm about to chuck a whole bucket full of dice on this turn, so I don't even know. The only order I would probably let you give right now is to retreat. But if you want to tweak something, you can.
I have no tweaks. Probably it's up for Second Company to sort of wheel back to
Yep.
better face that northern flanking force.
Yeah, I refused your right flank automatically, and we'll see as that develops. I'm not going to let them just get rolled up, of course. So, okay.
Well, if I position them poorly enough, they're going to get rolled up. I kind of deserve it.
No, you. I think you did everything correctly. You really did with the information you had. You did all quite correctly. I have no complaints over your work.
Yeah, just roll them back, and we'll commit to the other attack and see how it goes.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Okay, and in the south, let's go ahead. We're going to continue moving, and we're going to move you around here. Okay. All right, there's that. Okay. All right, I'm going to start checking a bunch of dice here, and then I'll come back with reports.
Cool.
All right. Okay, so now it's time to start throwing lots of dice, folks. Everybody's kind of moved, so we're going to begin here with these two units are going to fire, which is this one versus this one. And it's the same two dice here. We're going to go ahead and roll it. And red threw a disruption on this one, and pink missed. So he is going to go to state 3. He's now going to throw a yellow die. These units here will also fire, so we're going to fire one of these, and we actually need to copy it because there's one here and one here that are going to be fired, and then a yellow one will be fired here. Okay, so he scores a hit on this unit here. This unit then is going to go to state 2. And he is going to, oh, that's a die. I didn't want a die. I want this. I'm going to copy, and that goes there. Okay. And let's see here. He's going to throw a yellow die over here. So I need a yellow D8. Okay, and let's roll that. Oh. And that's a miss. That didn't look like a very good die roll, though. That's still a miss. Okay. All right. Let's get the artillery involved. Okay, we have blue artillery right here. So we need to throw a couple of green dice for that. Copy. Okay, and we'll roll these. And that's a lot of disruption. See, he's going to begin... state will go to 5, which is breaking. And he's going to begin giving way here. He will, of course, be coming up. Okay, so that artillery fired to great effect. Everything else is okay, kind of not quite in range to be that effective, so we'll call it there. Okay, now we have to give all the players their reports. So we'll begin by going to 8th Division and giving them a report. Here we are. Okay, 8th Division combat report. Your men come out of the woods. They are faced with enemy troops to their front who fire on them. You exchange fire. Your troops seem to take a little bit of the worst of it, but you can't really tell. But your troops are continuing to move in accord with your orders. Okay?
Well, I don't think I ordered them to push out of the woods.
You what?
I don't think I ordered them to push out of the woods. I think they're like.
You want to
should
hold
be-
them on the edge of the woods.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I
I
think there's no
will.
way to soften them up first. Like, and wait for my flanking force to be in position.
Okay.
Since I'm sending my lines out, I don't want to push too hard.
Okay. All right. We'll hold you at the edge of the woods. Okay. 6th Division. Your unit in the very front takes very terrible fire from the enemy. They have suffered heavy casualties, but they are holding their position in line. The 6th Infantry is behind them, trying to squeeze into their left, and then you have another 2 battalions which are right behind them, ready to go into action. Your artillery is 8th Artillery is trying to push into the gap as well, so it's a bit of a road jam there. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just going to try to squeeze as many units as possible in one line.
Okay. Yeah, I think when this lead brigade falls back, because it will probably on the next turn, there'll be room for you to get a cut. Well, you'll have 2 battalions online. So that'll help you a little bit. But yeah, this unit is not moving yet because he's engaged. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much you guys can do this at this point in terms of orders other than perhaps to order a retreat, which may or may not be the right thing to do. It could be a mistake to retreat, and it really depends on how effective your fire is. If you start hurting the enemy, if the volume of fire, which you do outnumber him, takes a toll on him. So don't read too much into that. I'm not telling you to do one thing or the other at all. I'm just saying that you really don't have command or control of your troops at this point, other than to order an attack or a retreat. This is very hard to.
I doubt if even the brigade commander can control their troops now.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, hang in there, guys. You're doing fine.
No, my flanking force is almost in position.
Yes. Okay. All right, gentlemen. Let's see. Okay, so the mercenary artillery is fired into the 7th Brigade, or the unit facing them, causing that unit to break.
Which is why that reserve is there.
Right, and that reserve is in fact replacing them in line. Now, don't be too upset about the broken unit. It hasn't taken any hits. Okay, it's just fallen back. It's gonna take
that
a while.
I've played before, right?
Okay, no, people. I haven't umpired for a while, so I don't know.
Okay, I'm just making sure. No, you're all good. I'm happy to be explained to. I just didn't know if you were trying to help me out along there. It's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I think people get really panicked when they see disruption or breaking units, but for me, the only thing to panic about is when you take a hit and the unit shrinks. Otherwise,
you weren't here, but I lost pretty much the entire Iron Brigade last week.
Nice. Okay, well, good. I won't feel so bad. All right, Jan, in the south, I have a screen. I'm going to share my screen with you, Jan. And I don't care if it's seen, but here you are. You're coming in the south, and you are running directly into an enemy attack column, which is coming up. So
that's what I expected. Fuck.
Yep. So you can either stand and receive the attack, or you can countercharge. I'll let you think about it for a minute, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, Chrono.
Yeah.
Your units are holding their own just fine. You have forced the enemy in the woods to break. That's just one of their battalions. You threw a hit against the 6th infantry battalion that is in the gap between the two woods, and you have also thrown disruption against the 8th, which has halted at the edge of the woods. They are no longer pressing their attack against you. I think that's a mistake on their part. So you actually did really well. The only unit that has suffered anything is your one unit took disruption, and that was on the last round of combat. Of course, it can't recover while it's in combat. But basically, this went really, really well for you.
Amazing.
Yeah, nice. Okay, are you ready to step off at Rysak? I think you should be, because Peter's going in.
Yeah, I mean, but the idea was as soon as we see have his column go around the woods, we're stepping off. So yeah.
Okay, that's happening. Okay, you're going to start moving in the direction of Hofstadt, and the artillery will wheel up to support you, although they won't be able to fire. But yep, okay. So your units are stepping off.
Let's get second company's artillery action then.
Okay. Well, I think second artillery is in action. That's what disrupted that unit in the woods. So,
Okay. You're not allowing me to see the live map, but I just to paint a picture. Obviously, there's messages been going between me and Chrono in this time. With the short distance, it wouldn't take too long for me to ascertain the situation. So I'll actually order my artillery to move up to the gap between Bostock and the woods there as well. Just squeeze in on the southern flank of his advance to that position.
Okay.
Essentially.
All right, that's reasonable. That's done. Okay, that's in action. And now, do you see your the screenshot there? Or the I'm sharing my screen, Peter. Do you see it?
Oh, okay. I wasn't going to look at it. All right, okay, I'm looking now. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
They're conforming to me.
Okay, so yeah, they're coming at you. I don't know what his order's going to be. What do you want your order to be, though? Because you have men in, because this is actually an attack column, so you have men in the front with bayonets.
No, I'm committed to going in, so I'll go in like that.
All right, so you're going to go in with the bayonet. Very well.
Yeah.
All right, good luck.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Marshal.
You got it. Thank you. Okay, Jan, what's your order? What do you want your troops to do? You going in with the bayonet or what?
Yeah, quickly form a brigade column and charge in.
Very well. Very well.
Oh God.
Yep.
Jeez.
That's exactly how I feel. Okay, so here we have it, folks. There's going to be quite a battle right here between all of these units. They are all going to be in a huge, huge fight. We'll move him forward. We'll do that. We'll put him into... Okay, yeah, so this is kind of all or nothing for both of them. All right, that's that. Then these units are all going to throw more dice. We'll go ahead and put him in line here. He's going to kind of squeeze in there. These units will continue to come up. So there we have it. All right, now we just adjust the time. Now it's umpire time 9:15, time for me to resolve everything that's happening. Real quick, I will check the YouTube. And 8th Division already has disruption from the woods as well, right? Yes, it does, although it's light disruption, and it's not really anything I'm going to worry about here. In fact, that kind of disruption is automatically recovered when they emerge. So, he's only got one unit that can really even fire. It's throwing a yellow die. It's not a good situation. Yes, the 8th Division, I think, did blink. He really should press in. The problem is Fog of War. 8th Division doesn't know that they have an opportunity to push in. So they are making a decision based on their experience, and it is what it is. So, yeah, so we'll hold them to it. So let's go ahead and start rolling these. So right here, we're going to throw a red die versus a yellow die. Right here. Okay. Okay, and the yellow die throws a hit. This one, of course, throws a disruption. So here we are. He's now has an additional state of disruption. This yellow hit, which is kind of a rare result, though, is pretty serious. So we're going to copy that, drop it here, and he's going to go to that state of disruption, and he does take a hit. Now that's, like I said, that's a problem. Okay, and I'm going to give him this unit here standing by to reinforce. I'm going to allow this unit here, I'm going to throw a yellow die because of the light disruption and everything else. Technically, I should throw a pink die, but he can't get all of his weapons to bear. But I'm going to let him have, I'm going to throw him a bone there, so that's the compromise. Now, it's a miss, but I wanted to give him that. Okay, so we're going to throw a yellow die here and a pink die here. Okay? And the pink die throws a hit here, so he's going to lose another state. He is going to go down another level, and we're actually going to go ahead and retreat him. He's taken too many hits. So we'll fall that over. We will retreat him, although remarkably in decent order, but he is out of there. This unit then will automatically fill in, but won't have a chance to fire. Okay, the 7th Infantry will itself fire. Now he's already fired this way, so he can't return fire on him. But we're going to, when I pick up the die, I'm going to roll it, and it's an additional step of disruption. Okay, I'm going to let him choose where he wants his reserve to go. He's going to have to start falling back, I'm afraid. Let's roll the artillery, though. Here is the artillery, and the artillery is going to fire here on the 7th Infantry. And he's going to throw a disruption onto him. So we'll copy that. Okay, so he's going to take a level of disruption now. He'll be throwing white dice if he fights. These two here, artillery, I should allow them to each throw 2 dice and take the lower of the 2. So we'll throw 2 here. And he's going to throw disruption there. And he's going to do here, and he's going to throw disruption here. So both of these lead elements are going to suffer some disruption. Okay, so they are going to go to state 1. Okay, but because these are elite units, they have the privilege of throwing 2 dice on the attack as long as they're at full strength when they get up there. So a little closer, and I'm going to let them start firing. Now here, my friends, we're going to have the big fight. We're going to throw tons and tons of dice. A lot of green dice. So both sides will throw a pair of green dice. So we're going to copy this. Okay. So these dice will represent red. These dice will represent yellow. Okay. And we will go bottom 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Okay? All right, we have them. So these 2 columns here fight. Miss, 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 disrupt. Okay? So let's see here. Copy. And that's a disrupt there. All right. Okay, the second pair. Okay, an advantage hit, which does not apply. Miss, miss. He throws a disrupt here. Copy here, taking him down 1 state. Okay. All right, let's roll again. Advantage hit, miss, 1 disrupt here. So we'll copy this one. And then 1 more roll here. And double disruption and double disruption. So, copy. And he will actually go 1 more state down to the yellow. Okay, so that's it. Okay, I'm going to let them fight. They will have fought. We will separate them. And that's the state of those units. Okay? All right, now it's time to give reports to all the players and let them know what happened. Okay? So now we go to 9:30 player time. All right. Here we go. Okay. Gentlemen. Okay, so 8th has halted at the edge of the woods. They have begun firing on the enemy, and they do appear to be having some effect on the enemy right flank. On the other hand, the battalion in the middle of the woods is taking some disruption and is close to breaking. The other battalions seem to be in good shape, mostly because they are in the woods and they are screened with a little bit of cover. They're not quite in position where they can either effectively give or receive fire. Okay? The 6th Division is now, let me get this die out of the way, and I will share with you a screen. Okay, you'll be able to look at the screen. The 6th Division, the lead brigade took terrible casualties and hits, has retreated. However, that is now allowing 2 of the 6th infantry battalions to come forward onto line, and they will have more effective outbound fire momentarily. Meanwhile, the mercenary troops have been taking a punishing. They've been taking a beating there. Okay?
So, can you move a bit north, please?
This is a... kind of don't want to. Not really supposed to, but here.
So I want to move one of my brigades into the back of this disrupted brigade to prevent it from routing.
That won't prevent them from routing.
I mean, prevent it from causing a hole in my line.
You're probably going to get a hole in your line anyway, but what we would do is shift the units over like that.
Yeah, so they don't like run away from the front line.
Okay, so what you want to do then is you want them to pull back immediately.
A little bit.
And then move this unit over like this. That's what you want to do. You want to pull them off the line immediately. Rotate them at once. Okay, so that's the order.
Far in retreat. The other brigade is filled in the line. I mean, basically.
Yeah, they're not retreating. They're just falling back. They'll recover their disruption, and they'll be more effective in a turn or two. Okay, that's a good order. That's a good order. Okay. All right, that's how it is. Nobody's retreating from battle, are they? You're going to stay in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, hang in there. All right. Okay, gentlemen. Let's see here.
Are we victorious?
We will see. Okay, the fighting in the center continues. Not much change for the 7th Infantry, although the units are being punished by enemy artillery on the edge of the woods. So there's a lot of disruption from enemy artillery fire. Meanwhile, the 2 7th Infantry battalions facing south remain completely unengaged. The artillery appears to have some effect. The enemy is approaching. Enemy troops are approaching through the woods. However, the artillery has... I'm sorry. I said they're approaching through the woods. Okay. So enemy troops are approaching in the direction of Indoor Ode. They're coming
Yeah.
from, let me look at the name, Hofstadt towards Inderord.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Okay, so there's troops coming
Yeah.
that way. Your
That
artillery
brigade.
is hitting them.
Wonderful.
Okay, in the melee fight, okay, I will share my screen. Both sides clashed and have fallen back. Both sides have suffered some casualties in terms of disruption, but both sides, they clashed and they fell back. So,
That's
Jan.
not what I expected.
No, me neither. But there was no clear outcome, and I wasn't going to leave them in a melee for 15 minutes. So they both just fell back. Okay.
Okay.
So you'll need to think about what order you want to give. I'm going to circle back after I give Peter his report to get an order from you, and I'll get an order from him, and then we'll process the next turn. So I'll come back to get an order from you momentarily.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay.
Hello.
Well, there we are. We are colorful here, some of us. All right, let's see. Chrono.
Yep.
Okay, so the weight of the force to your north is starting to tell. I'll share my screen. Here you go. Okay, now what's happening here is they're throwing so many dice at you now. You're taking disruption, and this unit actually took a hit off a yellow die, which is really rare, but you did. I moved your other free block in position to take over, so if you wish to rotate them, you can. But it's up to you what order you want to give here in this situation.
I'd like to sort of wheel the whole brigade back to get myself more of a refused flank.
Good. Where do you want to anchor your right? Do you know?
Probably in the Liegerhof farm complex.
Okay. Like this?
More of an angle.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm trying not to micromanage my brigadiers. So.
No, but you can because you're brigade commander. So you have a little more leeway.
I'll put a battalion in the Liegerhof farm complex.
Put the small one.
Put the other one in reserve behind it. Put that disruptive one in reserve. Put the other fresh block in reserve as well, and then put that other one up front.
Okay, like that?
Essentially.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. We're going to put these guns up here online and put them into action. Okay, we'll do that, and they'll recover some of that disruption. The attack here in the south is going forward, but you're taking artillery hits from these guys. Soon, however, you will be within range to fire back at those batteries. Okay?
Yeah, I would like to kind of overrun those batteries and...
Yeah, you're going to go into action. This artillery here will also go into action. Really, guys? Really, pieces? Okay, yeah, this artillery, Peter's artillery is going to go into action momentarily, okay?
Sure.
All right, Peter, do you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so both sides went in. They went in with the bayonet and then withdrew after a few minutes of fighting. There was disruption on both sides. I think you gave him a little bit better than he gave to you. Nonetheless, it is what it is. So, I will come back to see if you want to give another order. But for right now, both sides, tired, have fallen back from each other. So, not a whole lot of casualties, you know. They basically, both sides satisfied the conditions of honor and then mutually fell back.
Okay.
They don't like fighting with the bayonet, you know? Okay. Okay,
Where
Jan.
do you think you'll pull back to?
Jan, what's your order, sir?
Fall back, we deploy in double line, anchored on the guns of 7th Division, facing south, most disrupted unit in the second line, of course. I will move up to 6th and 8th Division to see what's going on.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. And Southern Duchy troops are approaching your artillery, of course. So it's going to be a
Yep.
bloodbath for both sides. Those Southern Duchy troops are pretty brutal. They will, of course, be taking some hits, I would expect. They're going to get fired on from multiple sides. Okay, we're going to put you in motion there, Jan. And there we have it. Okay, good luck.
Thanks.
alrighty.
No disruption, and one of them was on orange disruption. That's correct, isn't it?
And there was one on white, actually.
Peter.
Oh, on mine, I mean. I know, yeah. One of mine was on orange, one of them was on yellow.
Yeah, you took like a double disrupt hit. Um,
Yeah.
Enemy forces have fallen back and are forming line near Inder Ord. They're not quite that far. They're dressed up on their artillery, but they are forming a. Here, I'll share the screen. So I just need to know what your order is.
Yeah, so I'm going to form a line of 3 with one behind,
Okay.
and I'll advance them. My yellow disrupted unit will be in the reserve, and then 3 will be in the front, and I guess fire with one trying to turn the flank, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Oop. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But advance. If I can advance, I want to advance into firing range as soon as possible to keep the pressure on.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put you in combat. Put you right around the little thing there. All right, you're in.
Oh, and one thing, if I'm able to, just to have that that 2 disrupted one on the left flank, where hopefully it won't be, if that's okay.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, you guys got it. Okay, I'm gonna go resolve the next round.
Cheers, Marshall.
Good luck. All right. Hey, Tand, you're back. You made it back. Good to see you. Okay. All right, there we go. We'll mute that because we got just Tand. I think he should be able to unmute, but the background there. Okay, let's we have to decide what we're going to do with these guys. They're here, they're kind of milling about, but they don't have clear orders to do much. So they're there, they'll probably strike any targets of opportunity. Otherwise, let's see, he's halted here, so he will begin firing here. He'll exchange fire with this unit. And it's a miss and a hit there, so he gets a yellow disrupt. So that's copy. He becomes yellow. Okay, this unit here should also be able to fire. And he throws a hit. Oh boy. This is 6th infantry.
I can't. I don't know if Marshall can.
Oh, I muted you just because you had background. Are you unable to unmute? I can unmute you. There you go. I'm sorry, I thought you'd be able to unmute yourself when you were ready.
No, I think my Wi-Fi just came back, and I just didn't realize it was in here still. So.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Are we all good?
I hope so. I'm using internet now rather than Ethernet, so we'll see how that goes.
Sure. Okay. All right. So he takes a hit here, and he has to go down a state. So we'll copy that and paste that there. Okay. Yeah. The second company is starting to have a hard time. Okay. I'm going to push them forward in response to everything else. I'm going to recover a level of disruption here. Let's see here. Artillery will fire on this unit here, so I need my 2 black dice for that. Ooh, and that's a hit. All right, so it's a hit here. So he's going to go down a state, and then he will get a goes to yellow. Okay. Let's see. Almost don't want these guys to be shooting just because I don't think it'd be effective anyway. This artillery will go into action. They'll fire here, but I don't think it would be that effective. I'll roll 2 dice, take the lower of the 2. That's a good compromise. And a miss. Okay, no problem. All right, these units are going to halt and fire. And so the bonus for these units on this artillery is they are both going to throw double dice. So he'll throw 2 red and 2 red. So we're going to roll 4 red dice. Very brutal. And we threw a bunch of disruption. No hits, but a lot of disruption there. Okay, so we'll probably be falling back with these. We will do counter battery with him. We'll target the 7th there is what we'll do. We'll throw 2 dice here. And a lot of disruption. So these artillery are going to be retreating. Nonetheless, they will also throw. No, I rolled the wrong dice. Supposed to roll black dice. Oops. Okay. And that's a miss. That changes it. Okay. They will fire at these, and it's a hit and a disrupt. And it's just a disruption here. Okay, so 2 here. He is going to go down another. I think he actually goes down another state. And he loses his bonus now because he's taken a hit. So we will pass through with these units here. And there'll be one more round of combat there. And this unit will be staggered because he's taken a lot of hits. Okay. Let's see. I think that's pretty reasonable. 7th Infantry should theoretically get a shot on at least these guys. We'll apply it retroactively towards them. That wasn't a roll. That was... Alright, that's a miss. Okay. So they got in on the action as well. Okay, so now these units will begin fighting. Why is he reduced? I don't think he should be reduced in state. He didn't take a hit. Okay, so we'll restore that. And now we begin fighting. So we have red dice on both sides here. They both throw red. Okay, neither side has an advantage, but he did throw a disruption. So we'll copy here and apply a disrupt here. And then these 2 units here will also roll. And he will take another level of disruption. And then this unit here has a flank attack, and he will get an advantage hit if he rolls an advantage hit. And he did. He did. That's a hit. So here we have it. Okay, it is bad day for the guard. This is not good for the guard. Okay. Alright, there it is. On the next turn, they'll be doing melee again. Okay, now I have to give reports. Oh, careful, careful.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, no worries. Alright. Okay. Let's just check the YouTube real quick. No new questions or comments. No problem. Alright, let's go to the red. When I find them here in the Discord. There we are. Okay. 8th Division. You have done a decent job putting fire on the enemy. You've taken a little bit of disruption there in the center again. But you have placed effective fire on the enemy. 6th Division. Your unit came through the woods, put fire on the enemy, but they also put fire on you. One of your other units has taken a hit. I'll share screen so you guys can see. just because we got to be quick and efficient here. So here you have it. Okay. The unit that you have right here is beginning to recover its disruption, just so you know. It's gone up a level. It's improved. Okay, this unit here is taking disruption, but he's still in line in the woods. This unit here needs to move up. Jan should be here. I think he was riding up here. Hey, Jan, were you riding to meet 6th and 8th Division?
Yes.
Okay, you've definitely arrived. I apologize. I think I forgot you were doing that. I moved your token and I didn't move you. But here you are, and you can probably see my screen now. So the weight of this attack is beginning to show. That's the general sense of it. So even though you guys have sustained casualties, I think you're hurting him now more than he's hurting you. Okay? All right.
So I'm thinking about committing to a charge.
Okay, we'll let them think about that. Meanwhile, here in the south, where are we? Where are we? I have to go here. There we are. Okay. Southern Duchy troops are advancing towards the artillery. I will share screen. There you go.
Yep.
One of your battalions is beginning to recover disruption.
Wonderful.
So there you have it. So, but their elite troops in the center are coming at you pretty hard. Your 7th Infantry, this battalion here, has started firing on them but missed. In fact, here's the die.
That's just fine. So can I get my arty to start opening up a canister shot? Is that automatic?
Yeah, it's automatic. They've been throwing it. In fact, they scored a hit.
They've been throwing it already?
You see here?
I try and conserve my canister for I've charged up to some guns that ran out of canister.
Yeah, no, you're fine. See here, it's technically grape shot, and you see you beat the crap out of this unit.
Wonderful.
And you put some heavy disruption here, double disruption. So the fresh units in reserve behind it have passed through, but you have already done serious damage to these units.
The unit in the tree line on the left, I want them to swing for not that one, but the one on the west of them. Yeah, I want them to swing forward and take a position with first guns. Is that possible?
Yeah, they'll come in behind them. Your guns are not going to survive this turn. I'll tell you that right now.
I know it.
So you can either retreat them or you can sacrifice them, or they'll throw dice. They'll throw dice
they're
and
throwing
then
the dice.
Okay, all right. So they're going to remain in. But yeah, I don't expect them to survive. They might, but I highly doubt it.
I don't expect them to either. I know what position they're in.
All right, just letting you know. Okay.
Where am I currently? I'd like to just go hang out behind that brigade I just moved forward.
Okay, I'll move. Yeah, I've lost track of your avatar. There it is. I put you right behind it, and you're good.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck. Okay, let's go here. Okay, any particular orders from you guys?
I'm committing all non-disrupted brigades into a charge.
Yeah, you can order a charge. Okay, so this is what, the 8th?
All non-disrupted ones. I don't want them to like route healthy and crash into the guys behind them.
Okay, so you want 8th Brigade to charge, correct?
All non-disrupted brigades.
Okay. Yeah. All right, they'll charge. All right, we'll order them forward to charge. You got it. Good luck.
Can you move me back to the guards?
Yeah, I'll move you. I'll start moving you back that way.
Thank you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm just going to deploy in a line when the 8th Division is going to charge.
It's just me and keep it busy.
Okay.
Most enemies on my side are disrupted, so
okay.
I don't take too much effective fire going in.
vaccinated.
Okay.
It's Marshall.
All right. So, second company is taking more hits. I'll share the screen real quick.
Oh
Here
boy.
you are. And the
Can I
enemy,
watch Marshall?
you can, yeah, you can look at it too. I don't mind. Expect the enemy to charge you. They are, shouting and getting their dander up, I suppose, fixing bayonets. So they are someone who's ordered a charge somewhere to your north. So,
I'll give him Caster.
well, okay, as best you can. Um, but there you have it. So,
That's why I have. That's why I've got reserve.
right? Okay. All right. Here in the center, you've committed to this attack by now. It's going to go in. It's going to be gruesome and bloody. In the south, you have smacked the guard pretty mightily.
Nice.
So they're in bad shape, and of course their commander isn't with them to give an order. So they are standing there and exchanging volleys. So we'll see. So the only question is, Peter, do you wish to continue exchanging volleys, or you have the option of charging in?
I don't know how badly damaged I've been currently, so
You've
could
not
you share your screen?
you've not sustained any additional damage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna close on them, and I'm gonna see if that other unit can envelop the flank
Okay,
as
so
well.
is the order to charge?
It is an order to charge, Marshal.
Is that a yes? I didn't quite catch it.
Yes, yeah. I gave it some gusto,
Okay.
but yes, it's an order to charge.
All right, they'll go in with the bayonet. You got it. Okay, good luck, gentlemen. All righty. Check the YouTube real quick. All right, we're good to go. Okay, here it is. Let's start implementing orders. So the 8th is going to charge. They're going to start coming through, but they're coming through woods, so it's a mess. This unit, on the other hand, will come through and get through. They'll be charging a position, however, that's well defended, so this unit will throw an advantage die. This unit is not ordered to do anything. This unit will recover a state of disruption, and there we have that. Here, these units are going to be going into some kind of line formation. We'll rotate these just to be nice. We'll do that. This unit will recover another state of disruption. So he actually becomes undisrupted. He's at his regular state and can now receive orders. The artillery will come up here, but they're holding behind these lines. And there we have it. Okay, here in the center, let's see. He should reduce disruption because he's not doing anything. He comes out of disruption and becomes effective. These units will go in. Okay, so they will be all firing at each other. And we'll do that like that. Okay, this is going to get really gruesome. We'll have them go a little oblique because of the guard. And these units will also go forward. And here we have it. Okay, we might be close to the end of this one. Let's see here. Okay, now let's resolve the combats. So 8th Infantry is to charge. He won't be firing 8th Infantry here. So we will roll... Oh man, because they're inside that complex. Okay, we'll send them in, but first we're going to give them a shot. So yellow will take a shot here with this. Let's see what they come up with. It is an advantage hit, so he's not going to finish the charge. So let's copy that and paste it here, and he's going to fall back. Okay. Took so many hits. Alright. Any other circumstances, he would probably remain. This unit here will come forward. Again, he's charging in. So we'll go ahead and give him the charge. All right, so both sides will roll 2 green dice. So this is the attacking. The attacker will roll these 2 dice, and he just rolls a double disrupt. The defender will now roll, and he rolls a triple disrupt. So that's double disrupt right there. And then he also takes 3 times disruption. So copy. Pretty sure that's breaking. So he would go from this to 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's breaking. And he will also be getting out of there. So the charges failed. Okay. Artillery and the 6th infantry here will exchange fire. So 2 black dice for the artillery. Combine both results. Okay, massive disruption there. He's going to be breaking, of course. But before he breaks, he does get a shot. So he's going to roll one of these. And he'll throw disruption there, so that will count to disrupt him. Okay, so it's not a hit though, but alright. No combats here. These 2 units will clash. So 7th and this one here. So he's going to roll a yellow die against a salmon die. Alright, there we go. Yellow die is an advantage hit, but there's no advantage, so we don't give it to him. Okay, here's where it gets rough. First of all, we're going to roll the 2 artillery. So this first artillery against this first block here. And it's a double advantage hit, but there's no advantage, no net advantage. This one here, 1 disruption. So, wow, I really expected that artillery to do a lot more damage. Okay, now these units will fire and then go in, and I guess we're going to dispatch the artillery entirely. So we're going to roll 2 red dice here first on the first artillery. Just a disruption. Red dice here. And that's a hit. So this artillery is out. Okay, so he's going to be breaking and retreating. So we'll remove him from the game. He's out. Okay. This one here took disruption. Now we roll the melee. Oh, and it's a miss. I guess they defended the guns. But we're going to withdraw them, but they won't be destroyed. Okay. Alright, here we are. And there we are. Alright, so there's that. So these units will now be in melee. These units here will now go into melee. So we're going to roll a round of shooting, and then we're going to roll our melee here. So these 2 units shoot at each other, and he takes another level of disruption. Okay. These 2 units will fire at each other. That's a red versus a yellow. And the red scores another hit. Wait, did I? Okay, yep, so I reduced him there, and what I really wanted to do first was that. Okay, so he is getting out of here. Okay, this unit also smashes into it, so he's going to roll. Well, actually, before I start retreating him, I'm not even done. This unit will, I guess he'll go in against this one. We'll give them that. They're guard units. They should be capable of reacting like that. Okay, this one here, we'll roll that die, and that's going to be a hit. Yep, the guard is going to break. And then we need to roll a white die back at the enemy. And that's a hit. Wow, good hit. Okay, there we have it. They both did that. Okay, now let's leave it up to the melee. Let's see, starting here, this unit versus this unit. This unit versus this unit. So these two. Okay. Actually, it's supposed to be 2 dice each. Alright, I wasn't very clear there, so let's do this again. It's a miss anyway, so nobody's won or lost anything. Red versus yellow. Alright, let's roll it. Okay, looks like a mutual whiff. That's fine. Okay. Red, yellow again. Okay, a double disruption and a single disruption. So he takes one more state of disruption, which means he's breaking. Okay. And then he's going to take 2 levels of disruption, which puts him here. All right, now these two. 3 levels and 3 levels of disruption. So both of these. 3. And that's going to put him into a state called surrendered. But he's not going to surrender because who does he surrender to? Alright, so these units are both breaking up. Alright, there we are. Okay. So now we look at the overall situation and we see that the guard is in a fight for its life. We'll let them get one more round here. But it looks like they've survived here. It looks like they're threatening the guard here. And it looks like here in the center there's not much going to happen for them. So I almost wonder if this is the end of it. I kind of want to roll one more round with everybody. So let's bring everybody together into one room just for the fun of it. And let's see here. Oh man. I tell you, moving everybody up into a room is a pain.
Haha, I see.
Jan, can you help me move everyone up to the umpire room, please?
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Right.
Okay. Okay, we got it. All right. Okay, everyone should be here. Okay, I think we're at the end of the battle, but I'm probably going to roll one more round of combat if people want to see how it goes. So I'm sharing my screen, and everybody can now see everything that is happening. Okay? So what has happened is 8th Division went in with a bayonet charge against the troops entrenched at Engendorf or whatever in this farm complex. The troops there fired a pretty effective volley against these troops, routing them before contact. This other unit did enter the complex, but was defeated in hand-to-hand combat and retreated. Over here, the artillery broke this particular unit. We have the 6th Infantry here, which is kind of again, not in a position to deliver effective fire. Likewise here. The artillery is kind of here hanging out, waiting to go into action. They need space. Here, the Southern Duchy troops, the elite troops, have gone in. They've taken a number of hits, but they destroyed one battery and routed the other, or retreated the other. The other battery actually survived. It retreated without being destroyed. However, they did not stop the Southern Duchy troops, who are about to do hand-to-hand combat here, who are about to go in against the guard here, and then the flank of the guard has been smashed. So, the question is, we can sit here and kind of roll this out, or I think we call this a win for the Southern Duchy, although a bloody one. So I don't know if you guys want me to go another round. I don't think it would hurt.
want to go another round. I want to see what happens in this melee.
Right? So these units...
Also, the 6th! Come on! You had to push!
And then, of course, they're running into cavalry that they don't know is there, but the cavalry are scouts mostly, so they can't really do much. So 8th Division is essentially out of action. 6th Division would probably push a little bit forward. This unit recovered, but I think they'd be kind of reluctant to go into combat. We can put your battery in.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll do that for you. We'll put your battery in. We'll trade shots with the other artillery. All right, we'll do that. We'll recover that disruption here. This unit's now combat effective, but out of position. This unit will fire and exchange with this unit. These units will melee. These units will also go in and fight. Now we have basically guard and elite units all together. So, but I don't know how the guard survives it. So let's begin. So over here, we'll roll 2 dice, 1 for each side, and just apply the result. Okay, so he takes a disruption hit, big deal, but basically no result. We'll let these units here shoot at each other, so he'll be throwing a red die at, where's the pink die? Here it is. Alright, we'll roll them like this. It's the reverse of what I've been doing, but here we are. Okay, no advantage, so it's a mutual miss. Here we have these guys against the yellow die, which is remarkable given the quality of that unit. Where's my yellow die? Here it is. Okay. Alright, let's roll them. And the yellow die throws a disruption on him here, so we'll copy that and apply a disruption there. These 2 units will now just throw a crap ton of green dice. The dice on the left will report the result for the unit on the left. Okay, so 3 disruption versus 2 disruptions. So, oh my goodness. So if you start at state 2 and you get 3 disruptions, 1, 2, 3, you go down to breaking, and then 2 disruptions here, starting at...
I thought I gave him 3, and then he gave me 2.
1, 2. No, the results, the dice on the left apply to the unit on the left here. That's why I specified that before I rolled. But anyway, here we're going to go ahead and let them turn to meet that attack there. So both sides will roll at even odds. And that die belongs, so that die belongs here. Okay, so 1 disrupt here. And 2 disrupts here. Okay, but they both basically stay in it. Here, these guys. So we'll rotate our little cluster of dice like that so it's clear. We'll roll. And no advantages, and he takes 1 level of disruption is all. Wow. This unit, of course, goes in here. He'll roll 2 dice unanswered with an advantage. And he just inflicts additional disruption, but does not break them. So, there you have it. So we could sit here and roll even 1 more time on the guard, but I do think the guard, being enveloped and outnumbered, would pull back. And that would, of course, with these guys pulling back here, these guys pulling back here, I think that's the end of the battle. This is a victory for the Southern Duchy. The mercenaries in particular suffered some casualties, but it is a Southern Duchy victory as the red forces, the Vermillion forces, pull away.
Just do 2 cavalry into the north.
What's that?
Yeah, let's wait. Can we charge the breaking unit with the cav?
No, they're really only scouts. They really don't have that ability. That was made pretty clear early on.
Light cavalry is exactly what you use to chase down retreating enemy units.
Yeah, these are not even that. These
they have swords.
Yeah, these are.
They have spears.
Send them in.
Right.
They've been ordered.
I guess they could ride up and smack them.
If they're regular, even if they're just a regular cavalry and they have pursuit potential.
Well, I don't. Yeah. I think he's saying that they don't have weapons.
No, it's not. It's that they're too few in number. They're really just small detachments. They're like vedettes. Their entire purpose was just to scout. So that's it. So anyway, but there's no need to inflict insult upon injury. I think it was a pretty well fought battle. It was pretty interesting to see. Both sides, I think, made really good decisions. I don't think anybody in particular blundered. Um,
Might should have committed all my 3 units into a melee charge.
No, I think y'all kind of did fine. It's just kind of how it went. I think the dice decided this more than strategy. So
that one did kind of just fall up to brigades, but melee charging.
yeah. So
I
know. It was again. I think the dice decided this one, even though red outnumbered. I think there was some hesitancy in the north, where I think maybe you should have pushed a little harder, but I don't even know if that would have been decisive. I really can't think of any real criticism. Jan was busy going back and forth, commanding the whole corps, which put him out of position for a turn with his guards units, where he might have been able to give a different command, but I don't know what command he would have given.
I think they were sitting still at the point where he was moving north again. Like, I don't think they were going to go anywhere.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a criticism for somebody's behavior, and it's kind of hard to find. So I think everybody did pretty darn well. And this is just one of those ones where it was a soldiers' fight, and the soldiers decided it, but not the officers. So overall, I think it was a really good battle. It went really well. We're done in 3 hours or 4 hours? Let me see the time on it. Let me see the.
Almost leave.
Yeah,
almost 4.
We're just a little over 3 hours. Okay, and then share my screen. I have a question here on YouTube. When I share my screen, I'm sharing my screen on Discord with other players. They see what you're seeing on the screen, but that allows them to see what we're all seeing on the screen. That's all. So you're not missing anything on YouTube. You're seeing what they see. There we have it. Okay, are there any questions, guys? Anything y'all want to say?
If I didn't charge, or if I charged with all 3, or charged with all 4.
I don't know that it would have made much of a difference. Yeah, you probably would have had 1 or 2 extra dice in there. It could have made a difference. But
I'm just saying, when I have to... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It could have also been very disastrous for you. So it was a bit of a risk, a bit of a gamble, and it just kind of is what it was, Again, I don't have any criticism for how anyone ran their brigades. Everybody, I think, did very well. So.
Yeah, I was approaching the end, so I might as well do a bound net charge because my units are kind of fresh.
Right.
They could have broken through, but they didn't manage to, I guess.
Yeah, you did have the potential. It was a fair fight. Like, you had 2 units against his 1. He did have the advantage of being inside cover, and it really came down to the dice. I think mathematically, you had a slight advantage going into that fight, and the dice just came out the way they did.
I didn't get enough disruption routing.
Yeah, your guys, got hit pretty hard. But again, that was just.
Got routed on the way in.
Yeah. Well, one
we
unit
had
did.
the same situation down south when the guard charged the elite division.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're forced to run back and forth to make sure there's no mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of lost 6th and 8th at first. Like, we just didn't know where you guys were at all. So it was kind of like, I guess I'm heading vaguely east now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, given the size of the battle and the scenario, that wasn't that much of a problem.
No.
But in general, there could have been a few more reports about the situation and what you were doing.
Mhm.
And I think we had this one situation where things got a bit chaotic. That's no one is to blame for that. But when Seventh Division moved up into the woods there, that probably. I mean, they were in a good position then when they arrived there, but that was probably something we could have avoided. They could have stood on the right flank, and then we would have more space in the north for six to deploy there and cover.
Well, I was originally thinking that the only thing that needed to happen was 8 needed to move east.
I was afraid that something was flanking me from the north side, though. So, like,
And technically, you would be slightly right.
yeah,
There
if
was
those
cavalry
were
there.
cavalries are pretty pincered. But those are only scout caps, so.
Yeah, and at that time we didn't know about where the third division was.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Well,
we've heard enough from the
going
defeated
that
Vermillion.
far.
So how's about my glorious leader, who I'm about to cook a goose for? Tell us how the battle went for us.
Who? Sorry.
Does anyone know that?
What's up?
What's Chrono to?
Chrono, what? Yeah, Chrono, man. Come on.
Oh, one
Tell
second.
them
I
how-
just wanted to say last thing. Sorry, I forgot to say it before. I had sort of interrupted you, Marshall. I was going to say at the last 2 turns, I was just desperate for 6th Corps or 6th Division to just charge in, just commit everything, and just pray to God for the dice to roll for the extra advantage. Because I couldn't leave the woods. My one unit that was facing them was disrupted down to white. And my two regiments facing south were waiting for that fresh brigade to come in. It was a shit spot to be in the woods. I just couldn't move at all. Stuck in the middle.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of players love the woods, and I don't know why. I think woods are really overrated. They're disruptive. I don't like having them to my front or my back. It's one of those things. But it's interesting. I think players assume they get a cover advantage from being in the edge of the woods. You don't. Because if you were getting a cover advantage, then you would not be able to fire out of them either. Plus, it limits your line of sight. So there is a lot of love for being in the woods, and I think that's misplaced.
I mean, like, in the most war games, the woods are basically like super bunkers.
Right? Yeah, and they're not in reality. You know, if you guys are moving to the edge
Yeah,
of the
in
woods,
actual FPS games are not really bunkers.
Well,
Yeah.
also the main factor I would say is the fact that you have to maintain formation, and it's like woods might provide some light cover for a group that's not in formation, but you are.
yeah, exactly.
But basically, when you're in formation, just ignore those things.
Yeah. Well, maybe
I
avoid
could
them.
have pushed forward and
You know.
exchange fire more aggressively.
Yeah.
Problem with woods is they're a tar pit.
Yep. Yep. Chrono, are you there?
I am here.
What's your take on all this? How did it go?
It was seemed to go as well as to be expected. It was a little confusing at first because I had no idea what time it was, and things were not being run as I am used to them being run on the server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have my own style, which is a little quick and dirty. I haven't umpired in a while, and I think you guys have been spoiled by some of the other umpires, which is fine. Everybody's going to
I
have.
call it spoiling. I call it giving players enough information that they can actually run things.
Right? No, I get it. I get it. But yeah, I was running, 6 commands, so it was a little fast and dirty, especially at the first. At the first, I just ran you guys fast forward into contact, and then once you're in contact, then we had that initial turn where both sides are in contact, and that's where it gets really hard, really chaotic. I know Amelia got really frustrated with me and couldn't put up with me anymore, I think. I feel very bad about that, but the show has to go on, so I can just power through it. And then once the battle kind of develops, then the control that the commanders have over the units becomes very minimal. You can either kind of go forward or you can go backwards, but there's not much else you can do, and then it just becomes a matter of plug and chug, if you will, to use a term from math. You just start rolling the dice, apply the results, and and there's not a lot of options that players have. So again, with all Kriegsspiel, you're in command, but you're not really in control, and that's an important element of Kriegsspiel is you have to kind of get used to the fact that you're not really going to be in control of things, and the information is going to be very poor and spotty. But yeah, sure. I think if I had a little more help, maybe. But really, it's my personality, which is bull in a china closet. So it's
That's
great.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it is, but it's great for getting big games done with few hands. Um, but it is what it is. So there you have it. It has advantages and it has disadvantages, just like everything else. So
what I would say, Marshall, is that once I'd ascertained how you were running it, I then kind of adapted how I was playing to kind of use that, rather than being frustrated potentially by how you're running it. I adapted what I was doing to kind of go along with that kind of way of that you were running it, essentially. So,
What do you mean? What was your original methodology?
all right. So, as in, are you talking about the southern what we were planning?
Well, I just mean like when you say that you adjusted to how it was being run. What do you mean?
I guess I'll give a little bit more detail about how I was doing things. More messaging, more orders, that kind of thing. But when I realised that Marshall wasn't really even looking at those kind of things, then I just kind of kept it nice and simple, as much as I could, basically. And we only had one brigade, essentially, anyway, so there wasn't too much detail we needed to give anyway. But that's what and if something didn't happen, I guess I would have, next time Marshall came on, I would be a bit more forceful, I guess, about me saying that that's what I want to achieve. So
yeah.
That's what I would say on that. But anyway, what was the Vermillion's overall strategy? What was your perception of the forces you were going to be meeting? That kind of thing.
Well, you guys were armed with pikes, and we outnumbered you by a lot. So we just thought we'll just walk right in, no plan, it'll be easy.
Yeah. Did you think you were going to be outnumbered?
Well, yeah, I think I didn't expand to the east good enough because I was afraid of the cavalry, and not too because the umpire didn't say that. The umpire didn't say what kind of cavalry they were. I thought they were charged cavalries or.
Yeah, you weren't given too much information other than there's men on horses, but not too many. So yeah, the opposing force was told these are really only scout troops, and for you observe them at long range. You should at least have been able to tell, hey, this is not like a proper Napoleonic formation. Remember, we're in the 1740s, and it's a small formation. So
right. I forgot to count that this is formation.
Yeah, so
we came in two columns from the northwestern corner of the map, and we split with one column going in direction of of the Wiese.
On the Wiese.
And the second one down via Denkenhof to Dörfel, and then turning east. And as we had no idea where you guys were, we saw this corridor of open ground between the woods from Dörrel to the east, to An der Eiche maybe. And so we were just getting into general positions and waiting for contact. And then as it turned out, you were in this corridor in the sector in the center. I tried to bring the guards around the woods there between Großer Mühlenberg and Fischwang to flank you from the south, and stumbled directly into the elites, which I hope to be able to charge with my guards. which didn't really turn out to be as effective as I had hoped. I think we should have been a bit more agile on the flanks.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised the guard performed as poorly as it did in the dice, because mathematically you had the advantage, and your formation was fine, your position was fine, and again, yeah, the dice were just brutal, and so
Yeah, I mean, I guess they outclassed.
yeah, you know.
So Jan, was you aware that my division was actually coming that way as well? Was you expected to go around the south and put round and attack the flank? Or was you expecting me to come that way?
I was expecting you to come from the far south, so to say, because I had sent scouts to Hofstadt. And those reported me, yes, we have enemy units to the south, but they didn't specify anything else.
If by report you mean wave frantically.
Yeah.
Wave and point.
So then the idea was I just push through the gap like quickly before those troops from the south can encounter me. To get
maybe me and you flank.
Yeah, and then I just ran into them. And then I just said, okay, let's try the charge.
It should have worked.
Yeah. So
somebody has to win the charge, I guess.
Right. Well, actually, both sides fought and then they pulled back. I wasn't going to have the melee for 30 minutes. So they satisfied the conditions of honor and then retreated kind of mutually. And then it was up to both commanders on both sides what they wanted to do next. And one said, okay, let's kind of hold here. And the other one said, okay, you know what, let's kind of give them the bayonet again. And it kind of went the way it did. So it's very interesting.
Got disrupted down to white even in the first fight, though. You know, it was
I think
rough.
Yeah, one of the die rolls, I think.
The one on the right, the Norse and the one on the right flank recovered before the charge went in.
The 8th Brigade, one of the units was beginning to recover. They recovered up to yellow, so they recovered a step. And at the end of the game, I think I ran another turn where I didn't change it. So theoretically, they would be coming back to full recovery, back to orange, or salmon as I call it. But that is only after everything else has happened here. So,
like, I think the ones on the flank was like around two disruption steps. So it only took like 2 more.
Yeah. So, yeah, the orange units can only take like 2 or 3 steps before they're broken. Yeah. So.
What would you say the casualties looked like? I know that the Vermillion forces were forced away from the field, but it seemed like they were pretty even losses-wise. I know I lost my guns, but that's about it.
Yeah, you know, we don't technically have a rubric for casualties. What we do is we reduce block saves, but I think it would probably be in the low hundreds at worst.
Yeah.
Not nearly as high as people might think.
Well, I was more imagining, like, comparably, like, what were the levels like one versus the other, not necessarily, like, how many men died today on my side. Just, like, did we lose similar amounts? What I meant. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I think it's close to similar. I guess I could look. I see 1, 2, 3.
For us, our men have less quality.
4, 5.
I don't know.
6, 7. 7 levels of casualties in the red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels of casualties on the blue. Technically yellow, whatever. So 7 to 5. So red took a little more casualties. So if we were to say each of those casualties was 100 guys, 700 to 500, which I still think is too bloody for this battle. I think actual casualties would be maybe even half that in real life. Maybe if you consider everybody who's wounded, missing, captured, whatever, maybe. But even then, that's high for me.
It's really high. I think that it
Yeah.
would be lower because it's only a couple
Yeah.
hour long skirmish with what 3 brigades on one side.
Yeah, I would just slop a 0 off it and say 70 red guys died and 50 blue guys died and everybody else, there were wounds and stuff.
100 or
But
so more wounded than that.
yeah, yeah, and I think that would be a reasonable assessment for this particular engagement. So, yeah, there you have it. So,
Yeah, it was a fun one. I enjoyed it.
yeah,
Woods are overrated.
what's that?
Woods are overrated.
Yes, they are. All right. Well, everybody, I want to thank you all here. I want to thank everybody who watched the live stream. Yes, we were in and out in 3.5 hours. Not bad. One umpire, I think, 6 or 7 players. One umpire, unfortunately, probably not happy with me. And yeah, I have my own style. I know folks are not used to it anymore. And it is what it is. But I'll try to grow myself, and there you have it. So thank you everyone for playing.